Welcome to Status Check. This is a podcast where me, Bendez, and Sondi just talk about whatever. Usually games related, but a lot of the times it veers off into all sorts of territories because with our main podcast, that one really is about video games. So, yeah, thanks for joining us for another episode. Sondi, I was thinking that maybe we should start with the questions this time.
Yeah, I agree. I like it. We have some really good questions this time, too.
Yeah, we have a lot more questions, and they're all terrible, but we're going to answer them.
No. The dichotomy of BOTR right there.
No, they're not bad. They're actually pretty good. One of them I actually really like a lot, but yeah, let me bring up the doc.
Cool. I'll read them out for you. So Neb asks, do you care about fashion or shoes in any way? I'm gonna let you take that because no.
Yeah, shout out to Neb real quick. He's been putting in work. Nebula JP, he has a YouTube and a TikTok, and he's just putting in a lot of work.
He dropping music, making
content wise, yeah, making just videos. I'm just like, damn, like his YouTube channel is doing great. I'm just like, man, these young bucks, they really know how to do everything.
Putting some fire on their ass, man.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot, but he's doing great. But yeah, to answer his question, do you care about fashion or shoes in any way? I would say that I do. I used to care a lot more about fashion and like trends and stuff like that. And I still do to some degree, but I think I'm far less like involved with like the current trends and things. I think mainly because there is sort of a lot happening now. Like everybody, there's all these like micro trends where like something is just popular for like a really short amount of time and then it goes out of fashion really quick. There's a huge movement of bringing back like the 2000s like baggy jeans look.
I'm for it. I'm for it. I hate skinny jeans now, man. What Jay-Z say?
I don't like giant jeans. I just like jeans that are fitted. Like I don't like skinny jeans.
Same.
I don't like skater skinny jeans, but I don't like fucking like some of the shit that these girls are wearing. I'm like, this is so ridiculous. Yeah. Like,
I feel you.
You're really trying hard.
I feel you.
I don't really care. Like, I care about shoes, but I don't really keep up. Like, I don't have like this giant sneaker collection. I'm really willing to part ways with a lot of things, but I would say I definitely have some taste. And I'm actually reading a book about fashion, like the history of fashion in human culture and society and stuff like that. So I have a pretty big interest in it. But I do sort of like this new era of like individuality that we've sort of gotten to, where it's like it feels like people are more accepting. Maybe this newer generation is just more accepting of like what looks good, Yeah. Like if someone's rocking like just whatever, people are like, oh yeah, that's you, like that.
Yeah, they are
cool.
more
like,
receptive to like people being themselves compared to our generation, I will say. Because like, for example, my cousin, she is a emo goth like 2000 scene girl, and like all of her friends are the exact same way emo goth. I'm talking like the blonde, like the swoop hair, all that stuff. But like that's their swag, and they rock it. Right. Compared to like my other nephew, he's niggas, Helly Henson, Jordans, he's fully up, and like either way, there's swag to it all. I don't know, bro. I just never really been like, I used to be a fashion nigga. I will say that I used to be like a deep fashion nigga, but like I think moving back and forth between like Atlanta and DC, they have very vastly different fashion senses. and I would always move up with the fashion sense of like wherever I was at. So like I would move to DC and people would be like, what the fuck you dressing like that? And then I go back to Atlanta and they'd be like, how the fuck you dressing like that? So like after a while I kind of just had a hodgepodge, and I just like, I'm just gonna wear whatever I want to wear. I was wearing Toms, super skinny jeans, thrift clothes, cut off shorts. It doesn't matter. I was just wearing whatever I wanted to wear, and like that's kind of how I rock now. At this point now in my life, it is all about comfortability, bro. I don't go out that much to be like swagged out wearing Jordans and Breads and Adidas Nike 81s or whatever like that. I don't care.
Yeah.
And plus,
I absolutely get that.
A lot of shit from me got stolen. I remember my Bread 11s got stolen from my locker freshman year. That's the only pair of Jordans I ever bought. And them shits got stolen while I was in gym class. Never bought Jordans again. I had a necklace, a gold necklace before this that I bought. Shit got stolen. Never until this necklace, but this is after I got married. I didn't buy a single necklace ever again after that, bro. Like it's just certain things I just don't do. Like, what's your opinion on jewelry? Let's go with that.
Like, I'm not a huge jewelry guy at all. Like, you'll fucking have to like pin me down to put like a chain on me or anything. Like, I don't like it. Like the most I have is this bracelet here that my mom got me. It's like, what is it, like 10 karat, just like little bracelet chain thing. That's the most I have. But like, I don't like necklaces. I'm not like fat ass watches that these like niggas have. Where big ass.
I just got a gold Casio I've had since I was like 15, and like that's it. That's enough swag I need right there.
I'm
do
very
you have like
simple
piercings
in a lot of areas? No, I don't have any piercings.
Huh? Not even your like an ear?
No. I guess no.
Not a nipple or anything, bro. Like nothing.
Well, not even like your cock.
Come on, bro. Like, it's all the rage these days. No, I had my nose pierced actually, but I mean my big bell pepper ass fucking nose. You can tell why I don't have my nose pierced any fucking more. It came out like I had it pierced for a long time, and then I switched to a hoop, and that shit ripped out. Then I got it pierced again when I turned 18. It ripped out again. It just wouldn't stay. And then I just got it pierced like 2 years ago again, and it lasted all of 3 days before it fell out while I was sleeping. And so like,
oh wow.
Yeah, okay. And I used to have like 3 ear hole piercings in like my left ear. I used to be like looking like Zorro. I used to wear the hoops and all that stuff, like going all the way down, like the danglies, like Zorro. None of those holes work no more, bro. I tried to put an earring in for like a wedding, and I was like, damn, this shit hurt. Never mind, bro. What the fuck? I'm rubbing my ear. I'm like, damn, this shit kind of hurt, bro. I don't like this shit, bro.
A lot of people have told me to like get my ears pierced, so I kind of understand, or I get why why you feel that way, because that's how I think I would feel if I got my ears pierced. I'd be like, man, this kind of hurts, or it's irritating, or I have to like maintain it. And like, I don't have any tattoos. Like I don't see when he asks like, do you care about fashion or shoes in any way? I feel like I'm really like, I think I'm into fashion from like a bit like a distance in some sense. Like fashion isn't my life, but I love like
the aesthetic,
because I like character like dressing. Aesthetics. Yeah. So I'm more into aesthetics, so, and that's why I like to talk about character designs, and that's why like for a little bit I tried to like do a sort of video game and fashion sort of commentary, because I really like what people dream up, and I like watching. Well, I don't watch it anymore, but like anything that has to do with like runways and stuff like that.
Oh, you was a Project Runway?
Somewhat, yeah. Like I've always, like
I used to fuck with Project Runway so much, bro. I love that shit.
Yeah, like my fiance Elise got me into that, but yeah, just enjoy. Like if we go shopping, I don't mind going with her to the girls' aisle and just like looking at the outfits and being like, oh, that's cool. That I like the way that looks, like the mannequins. Like I enjoy it. I don't know. You're the opposite of me. I fucking hate shopping, bro. But to be fair,
you hate shopping? When I go in, I'm like, I need a shirt. I go to the shirt aisles and I go, okay, cool. That's a cool shirt. I'm good. Extra large. Let's go. But like, Dev, she's like, oh, we're going shopping. This is an all day endeavor. I need to go to the changing room 16 times. I'm just like, bro, please. Just what do you need? Let's get out of here. I don't want to be in fucking Michael's.
Yeah.
I'm not Michael's, Ross all fucking day, bro. Please.
Yeah, I can feel. I think I feel like that when when it's kind of sprung up on me, you know, like when it's like, okay, just like you said, I just want to go to the store to grab this. But there are some days, you know, when I'm spending time with her, and I'm just like, all right, let's make this a whole day, and we just go like to the malls or whatever. And yeah, I'm chill. Like I don't mind it. But I think that's also a plus of growing up with all women, was that I just appreciate fashion a lot more. I tend to look at it a lot more. Like, I don't think I could be with a woman that it wasn't fashionable, for example. That's always sort of like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my God, why are you wearing that? Like,
You're wearing just a
don't
t-shirt
put on-
and jeans? What the fuck?
You're wearing like these beat up ass shoes, and I'm just like, I just
Oh my
can't.
God.
Like,
Oh
there's
my
like
God.
a level.
My biggest pet peeve is the white women that be wearing like Feli's or like Air Force Ones and they be beat the fuck up. I hate that,
Yes.
bro. And like that's the aesthetic, bro. It's like I'm gonna wear some white
It is.
chucks
It's-
and they're gonna be yummy. I hate that
Yeah,
shit.
I hate it. Honestly, anybody wearing like the cliche black and white Nike Dunks or whatever with like the strap hanging off, I'm like,
Nah.
nah.
The
It's
only
just-
shoes I feel
nah.
like can be dirty are like Vans, and even then, like
Yes.
skate highs.
Yes.
Like if you're wearing like the reds or like the regular blacks, nah, they got to be clean. You got to clean them soles, man. But like,
Yeah.
but to be fair, I've always been like a clean my shoes guy. I used to have the brush, looking like
Oh,
I'm
same.
cleaning a gun or something like that. I used to always have my
Same,
shoes
yeah.
clean, bro. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I used to do the whole like toothbrush thing. Like I had a whole concoction. It was like detergent,
Yes,
a little
bro.
bit of bleach, and like dip it in.
Dip it in. Just watch an anime with a fucking like a washcloth.
That was-
Like yeah.
That was high school life. I remember just cleaning the fuck out of them. People be like, "How do you get your shoes so white? Your shoes are always clean." I'm like,
Don't
"Yeah,
worry
because
about it.
Everyone like, yeah, like I
Be cleaning
clean
them.
them. Like, I remember like people asking like, "What do you use?" And I'm just like, "Dude, just household stuff. Like just a concoction, steaming hot water in a red Solo cup with a dirty ass toothbrush, and just like sitting there
Just
for
scrub
like."
that bitch.
Yeah, very. Yeah, it's good to know that you also did that, and it wasn't just a weird thing that I was doing.
Nah, I was in there. That's back when I, in the true stoner days, and I used to always be like, man, gotta clean these shoes. Cause up here we don't really. Oh, I mean, there's people that wear Jordans, but like I was really like a New Balance guy. So like DC people like to wear like 993s or like stuff like that. The KDs. Oh, the KDs went crazy back in the day. Foam posits, and foam posits you have to clean the bubbles and you gotta clean them, so I've always cleaned the foam posits. It was just small stuff like that. You gotta make sure your shoes is clean, bro. The hose is looking for your shoe. They don't care what you wear up top, it's about what you wear at the bottom, bro.
Yeah.
Remember back in the day niggas used to be wearing like V-necks?
Yeah. Well, it used to be a thing for a while. It was like the V-necks with like the skinny, like the dark wash denim skinny jeans
Right.
with some Vans. Like that was like the look for a while.
Yeah,
I remember I couldn't pull it off because I feel like you needed like
you needed to be
a
skinny
specific
frame.
frame.
You need to be skinny as
Yes,
shit, so
yeah.
you're gonna wear the super skinnies, and then everything will be like skin tight with the super baggy shirt. That was the vibe.
Yeah.
What are you doing, bro? Are you good? Say hi to the podcast. Make your swag.
The true third member of the podcast.
Go on about your life.
It's
Get some
It's
purpose
getting
about your life.
big. It's getting that dog needs some hobbies.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You need a job.
Should
Get your life.
Should be doing Uber Eats or fucking Lyft or something.
She just gonna stare at me like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Anyway, back to chewing on some shit.
But yeah, I hope Neb that answers your question. I know we went on a tangent and a half there, but that's sort of the fun of it. Community Splash writes in, and Community Splash also a content creating machine. These guys live, breathe, eat content. It's insane.
We got
He has,
lock in.
I think he has like several channels, you know, posting TikToks. It's very, very impressive. They're doing great for themselves. So he asks, what kind of food is the area you live in known for? Like, what is something somebody would have to try if they visited your city? You can go first, because mine was a little. I was like, I don't really know.
I mean, yeah, you did kind of put it poignantly like Mexican shit. Yeah,
Well,
makes
because
sense.
I mean, I guess I'll go real quick, but basically, I never really paid attention to like restaurants or food. I don't know what. That's just something that I never like picked up on. But I would say that Tucson, which is like the southern part of Arizona, very close to the border, is known for Mexican food, and specifically Sonoran Mexican food, like Sonoran hot dogs, you know, and which is basically like a closed bun hot dog with cheese, bacon, mayo, onions, and some other stuff too, just depending on where you go. But it's really good. But apparently, my fiance Elise was telling me that Tucson is known as the city of gastronomy, meaning that it's a city, and I'm quoting here. A city of gastronomy means a city is recognized for its unique and thriving food culture, deeply rooted in local traditions, ingredients, and culinary practices. It signifies a city that not only boasts a well-developed and characteristic gastronomy, but also actively fosters its vibrant food community and promotes sustainable practices.
That's
I would say that's probably true. Yeah. I just, because there really is a lot of types of food here, and I'm always like, what? Like, there's I mean, obviously, you know, there's Chinese food, Vietnamese food, there's Ethiopian food, there's all types of Indian food, there's Peruvian food. There's actually a Peruvian spot that I really like. It's just like for being such a small city, there is like a lot of food here.
That is interesting. So that's what I was gonna say about like DC. DC is very culturally rich just because it's the nation's capital. So everybody and their mama goes there. It's kind of like New York, where like if you want to get a shawarma, if you want to get some Indian, like if you want to get deep in the weeds and get some, you know, some food, it's there. Whatever you want, you can just type it into Google, and there's a spot in DC somewhere that has it. Mainly, like though, there is like mumbo sauce and Old Bay wings. Those are like the main two things that like people are like really like deep in the trenches sauce? For. Yeah, it's like, I'm about to fuck this up. It's like a barbecue sauce mixed with like sweet and sour, mixed with like I don't know what's in mumbo sauce, but like it's good. I personally don't, but I'm not a sauce person in general, bro. I don't even put ranch. I really don't like sauce at all. Like I barely eat. I eat McDonald's nuggets plain most of the time, but that's just a me thing. But then Atlanta's also known for lemon pepper wings. I have a funny story about when I turned 18. I went down to visit my dad, and he was like, "Oh, you're 18. We going to the strip club." And Magic City is known for their lemon pepper wings. He took me to, or is it Magic City or is it Follies? Either way, one of them strip clubs is known for is known for their lemon pepper wings. And we went there just to eat the lemon pepper wings and leave. And I'll never forget, I was in there, and it's just like the Atlanta episode where they was like, "Hey you, yeah you in the yellow shirt, why you ain't throwing no money? What's up with you?" And I'm just sitting there eating wings, young nigga, like, I'm just here for the wings, bro. Right. I'm a wing guy, so everywhere has their own little concoction of wings. I don't like all the new shit they be doing with wings, but there's like, if I go to anywhere else, I'm not gonna find Old Bay wings, but everybody now has lemon pepper wings, so there goes to show you.
I would love to try Atlanta's lemon pepper wings, because I actually like wings a lot too. It's funny that you mentioned that. I'll eat wings any day, but I also like pizza a lot. You know, pizza and wings is sort of like a winning combination. But yeah, lemon pepper wings. I'll have to fucking try that.
Pepper, they always hit, bro. I don't like all that hot sauce no more, bro. I don't like all the sauces on my wings, bro. Just let me finish my wing. That's it.
That is so wild. You don't strike me as a as a plain nigga, like a fucking. Do you like your hamburgers like nothing on it, just a meat and patty? Like
I used to be,
like
but like I'm a lettuce and
buns?
tomatoes. I can put an egg on
Okay.
there, mushrooms. I can eat some stuff on there. What it is that I'm picky when it comes to trying new food. So I would try new food, but you can't like force me to try new food. Like I hate when people are like, "Hey, try this." Oh yeah, it's really good. Because I'll be like, no. Because if it's bad, I'm gonna be fucked up. And I'm gonna be like, no. And I've had that experience where like people have given me food and I've been like, oh, this is horrible. This is ass. And then there's certain foods that like just fuck me up, like stomachly. Like those foods that you throw up as a kid and you're just like can't eat that no more. Like I loved mashed potatoes, bro. Can't eat mashed potatoes or anything of that texture anymore because like I'll gag, and it's like it's delicious. It's just the texture just gets me fucked up. So I mean, it just
That's me with Oreos. I threw up Oreos once, and I was like, never again.
Chips Ahoy.
To be fair, I'm not a fan of. To be fair, I'm not even a big fan of chocolate or crackers. So I mean, Oreos is not like a big loss, but
Yeah.
I can't fucking. Oreos are ruined for me. But I can't say that I've ever been like particularly picky. I definitely love sauces and a good variety of foods. My mom would beat my ass if I was picky, but my fiance Elise, she is really into trying new places to eat. And I feel like in some sense there's something enriching about trying new things, whatever it is, a new dish, going to a new event, things like that. So I try to, even though I don't want to, I try to like put myself in situations like, oh, I'm at a new restaurant eating a new dish. Like that's my thing,
Yeah.
I always complain about it, and Elise hates it. She's just like, you're so negative. And I'm just like, I'm here.
I tried it.
I'm fucking here. Yeah, But it's opened me, I think it's opened my palate to a lot of different foods. She's really like, I mean, that's one of like the biggest things that she's changed about me is like my hesitance to try new things in terms of like events or foods. And like, I mean, charcuteries now, I'm just like a total snob.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
charcuterie
this
nigga. Oh
is
my
so-
god, bro. I fucking hate
Charcuterie
charcuteries,
is.
bro. Give me food, bro.
So,
Stop with all this
I
snackage.
used to. Okay, so that's another thing because I also didn't understand snacking. I'm like, what? There's a meal. You just
Yeah,
eat the meal and then
give
you're
me my
good for
meal.
a couple of hours. Yeah.
I don't want to share cheese with this nigga, but fuck this nigga.
Her family is like huge on snacking, and they've converted me because I kind of get it, like especially with a charcuterie because it comes at a time where it's like you're not fully hungry, but maybe you just want to, like you're feeling slightly peckish, and a charcuterie doesn't exactly fill you up, so you can still have your dinner later, but
Yeah, it
it's
just
a good
gives you a
like,
taste. Eating a little pepperoni and calling it a day. Yeah.
and it's such like a flavor like cornucopia, like it's just crazy like what you can mix together, and you're like so I don't know, I'm a fan of like whiskey tasting, and I feel like with a good charcuterie
with a good liquor, the charcuterie does hit.
Exactly, yeah. So there's like a whole kind of like thing there that I kind of like began to appreciate, and like I would say I really enjoy it. And I do agree that there are some bad charcuteries, trust me. Like Elise's dad will buy
One of them pre-made
charcuterie
joints
from like safe. Yeah. And I'm like, no.
Stop it,
This
bro.
is not cutting it. I don't want this. But I don't know, like she'll get things from like Trader Joe's or whatever, and I think I've tried a lot. But I mean, the food thing is definitely hers thing still, but I think I've just opened myself up to trying a lot of new foods.
When I'm on vacation, I
and
try a lot of
it's
food.
fun.
Like if I'm on vacation,
okay.
Give me anything, bro. I'll try it, sure. But like when I'm actually out, when we say, hey, we're gonna go here, I'm not about to try something, especially like sushi and shit like that, bro. You get the wrong sushi roll, and it's like, I just wasted $12. I'm not eating this. This is ass.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah. Is Dev very experimental? Does she like new foods, or is she also like, I'm getting my thing and that's it? Like
A mix. She's kind of a mix. She does like to try new things. She's very experimental when it comes to it, except for certain things. Like, for example, sushi. I just got her into sushi, and she was like, "Nah, I don't like this. Like spicy food." She's very stereotypical with it. She's like, "Nah, I'm not fucking with spicy food," which sucks because I always love getting. If I see a Jamaican spot, I'm like, or African spot, I'm like, "Oh, we on the way right now. I gotta give me a plate right now."
Yeah.
But like, she doesn't like the spices and stuff like that. But yeah, she's really experimental.
Yeah.
She, especially when it comes to like vegetables, salads, stuff like that. She'll fuck up a soup or a salad. She'll fuck it up. But me, to me, I don't fuck with salads, bro. I don't fuck with dressing. I'm an oil person when it comes to my salad. Put some EVO on top of that. That's all I need, bro. I don't need all that ginger blah Italian blah blah blah. Like, stop. There's no point in eating the green. Yeah, meat only. Pause.
Like even a side salad, I struggle. I'm just like, I just don't.
I'd rather eat a soup over a salad.
See, and I don't like soups.
That's wild.
I hate soups. Don't ever bring me a soup.
You know what? Now that you mention it, that is another thing DC is known for is blue crabs and crab, just crab in general. But like cream of crab soup changed my mind on soups, bro. Once I had cream of crab soup, I was like, oh, I get it.
I will try different soups, but if I've tried the soup before, I know that I don't like it. But here's another thing about when you're developing your taste too. I feel like I say that I don't like soups or I hate soups, you know, and I proclaim that so passionately. But honestly, it's just to that point where I know that like anytime someone brings me a specific meal and it's like, oh, it's a tortilla soup, or it's like we have something out here called menudo, or we have pozole, and those are basically like very Mexican, rich, savory soups, and they have them everywhere and people love them, but I just hate them. But I think like I like ramen. I'll have like a fucking and I'm not talking about like ramen at home. I'm talking about like, let's go to this Asian spot and have some like that is good, you know. Pho is good sometimes, but generally I'm not seeking out a soup. I think it's a bit too broad strokes to say something like I hate soups, because it's just I don't tend towards them, you know. But a seafood soup, I would try that. I would try a chowder, like a seafood like a clam, you know. I would try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really chicken wing soup, you know. I would a lemon pepper chicken wing soup.
Lemon pepper soup
with a bit of mumbo sauce.
Mumbo sauce. That sounds like fucking. Oh my god, that sounds horrible.
You know, I might, you know.
On like the taste bud spectrum, bro, lemon pepper is here, bro. Like if it was a pH balance, bro, like lemon pepper is an acid and mumbo sauce is a base, bro. They are on the complete opposite side of this spectrum.
Perfect. Sounds like a charcuterie to me.
Oh right. Man.
Let's move into the next question, which is from Cade. Cade asks, what are your favorite non-gaming things you consider back of the rack? Which I want to talk about that, just like we were. He goes on to say it could be movies, shows, books, music, or whatever, and two picks that he has are Rallies and Checkers for back of the rack restaurants, and Office Max, Office Depot for back of the rack stores. Now, Cade, I love you, man. You're one of our biggest supporters.
Oh, geez.
I just can't. I just cannot stand by and watch this fundamental misunderstanding of back of the rack. Like, I get what you mean. You know. But I feel like back of the rack is a very specific thing applied to games, and it doesn't mean hidden gem. You know, it doesn't mean like.
But I see what he means though about rallies. I get it though. I get it with rallies.
Well, I don't know. I actually don't know what rallies is.
Oh, it's just another name for checkers.
Or checkers.
Yeah, checkers.
What is checkers?
Wait, do you know what the fuck checker? Oh my, is that an East Coast thing?
Yeah, I think that maybe. I don't have the rallies or checkers.
You don't got checkers out there? Do you have Hardee's?
No. What are those supermarkets?
No, these are like little fast food chains. What the?
Okay, yeah, no. Those must be East Coast only.
What the hell, bro? Hold on, bro. Y'all don't have checkers, bro.
No, what is it? What do they have?
It's like a little fucking drive-in. They got bomb ass fries, and like it's like a little drive-in joint. And like, low key, I'm about to expose myself. That's the first place I had hot wings. They put me on a hot wings. You can get hot wings from
I don't know
there,
what
bro.
that means.
It's a little
Is that good or
fucking.
bad?
It's a booth, and then like there's 2 lanes, and you go in the lanes, and it's like they just
like a
sell.
drive-through. Okay.
Yeah, you know when Rick Ross was like, "Go down to the Checkers and get us some big Buford's." That's like their.
You think I knew what he was talking about? You think I knew what?
That's
when
their
Rick
big
Ross said, you think I was like, oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I had no clue.
Yeah, bro. It's like that's why when he said it, I was like, I get it. But I would argue Arby's. Arby's is very boater coded. It's in between.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Everyone's heard of and hated it, or no one's heard of and loved it. The in between, and like
Yes.
Checkers is the in between because it's like niggas would rather go to Wendy's or like McDonald's or like Chick-fil-A or something like that over at Checkers. You know, what I mean?
I understand the Arby's one because
I don't get the
it
Office
is
Depot
sort of-
one though, because I be shopping at Office Depot.
Same. And that's sort of what kind of like, you know, throws me off. I feel like Arby's is more boater in that sense because yeah, you do have like lovers of Arby's, but like everybody's heard of Arby's, you know, but not.
But
a lot
niggas
of
hate
people,
Arby's.
Like, yeah, niggas also hate Arby's, you know, and I don't know. It's kind of a strange. I mean, Arby's is pretty solid, but
Curly fries is fire. Orange sickle steak. They got the meat, bro.
I couldn't really think of anything that was. This question broke my brain, basically. I was just like, I don't, because I do really think of back of the rack as a very specific type of thing, and it applies to video games only. For like music and books, I'm like, no, there's just no way I can find.
I think because video games is still such a small medium, even though it's a very big.
New. It's new, yeah.
Yeah, but like movies and music and like there's whole, bro, I've learned over messing around with like the little music club that I was in for a little bit, bro. Like there's whole genres that people are just not hip to. Like me, I was not hip to like prog rock and all that shit like that. So like,
yeah,
I'm putting people on to like things that I think are like classics, like Mac Miller Faces and like Saba and shit. And niggas is like, what the fuck is this? This is, and they're like, it's appalling, but it's like they don't know. Yeah. But like with video games, it's so small and like intricate that like when we say that like wet is boater, it's because you've heard of wet. Like if you are in the inner gaming space enough to even be watching Back of the Rack, like you've heard of these games and been like, oh yeah, I do remember Binary Domain. You know what I mean? But like, it's kind of, I get it. Hold on, I got you. Smart Guy is a boater sitcom.
Wait, Smart Guy?
Smart Guy starring
is
the...
is that from the... Isn't he... Wait.
He's the younger Maori brother. He's the younger brother to the Tia and Tamara, and then it's got Omar Gooding.
Right.
And Simba in that joint. Yeah. That's a boater sitcom. Like niggas ain't heard of that, but they love it.
Do people hate it?
I don't think people hate it, but like to be fair, like you know, it's either everybody heard of or hated it, or nobody's heard of and loved it. And I feel like a lot of people haven't heard of Smart Guy, but the people that have heard of Smart Guy loved it. You know what I mean?
I guess what I want to say to Cade is that a Back of the Rack can be a hidden gem, but a hidden gem isn't always Back of the Rack. And I think that's a clear distinction. It's also a really made up definition. And so
we did fudge that up a little bit.
I mean, it is kind of just like entirely, I guess, up to the creators of the word, but I know what you mean, Cade. I will say that the only thing that I could think of for something that feels like Back of the Rack to me, and that would probably be Eternals. I feel like there's so much. Everybody knows Eternals because it came off the heels of Avengers Endgame, right? And people were expecting big things for this new phase. And I think Eternals came in with a really strong entry. And I would say one of the best entries. Like if we're to do like a
best visual effects, best.
Yeah. I mean, visually, it's the most striking. So you know how people always say like, "Oh, Marvel movies always look the same. Marvel movies always
Eternals looks
feel
like
the same."
nothing like any other Marvel movie. It's completely different.
It's so different, and the way that people rejected that experimentation, I think it's like that feels so back of the rack, because a lot of our movies or games, a lot of the games we talk about are very experimental, and that's why they fail to find their audience. But then there's an audience that really would go up to bat for that specific game. I think of Dragon Quarter, or I mean, obviously there are.
But I still go to bat
in
for
Final
Dragon
Fantasy
Quarter.
12.
Shout outs.
And
every back of the rack game I'll die for. I'll die on the hill defending every back of the rack game. Every time I'm on backlog and somebody reviews like Dirge or Cerberus, or I hop straight in the comments. Yeah. I'm like, nah, bro, you ain't get it.
Dirge is also a very good example. But Eternals isn't a perfect film. I think it's overly stuffed with, characters and, fumbles its leads. Its lead actors don't have quite the charisma you would maybe want, but it is a gorgeous film, great action. I would say some of the best action in the MCU, and I think it doesn't deserve any of the hate that it gets. I just think it really feels like people complained, they got what they wanted, and then they went back to complaining about Marvel feels the same, and it isn't. It's like, and they were trying something new.
And niggas praise Thunderbolts for doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy.
I was going to say was solid. Yeah.
I was going to say Michael Jackson's Invincible album is a back of the rack Michael Jackson album. It's a lot of bops on that album. It's a lot of bops on that album.
Is it not? Didn't that like multi-platinum, or no? Is it not?
But that's just Michael Jackson. Every Michael Jackson album goes multi-platinum. Did it go?
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, there's definitely some well-known tracks from that album, but you could say that it's probably like the least recognized, maybe.
Yeah, this one only went platinum. It didn't even go like 2 times platinum or anything like that. Just platinum.
Yeah. Invincible. Yeah, that's a great one.
Or like,
that's the only
another artist I would say is Gold Link. I feel like Gold Link is a very back of the rack artist. I feel like
I hate Gold Link.
That's crazy. Okay, listen. Okay, here's my history with Gold Link, bro.
Okay.
The God Complex dropped. I was like, this is revolutionary. This is a wonderful, crazy project. That's his very first mixtape. I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. Mm-hmm. Then his second mixtape, which is like the one that blew him up, I was like, this shit is ass. Yeah. At What Cost came out, I was like, yo, but to be fair, At What Cost is a very personal to a DC nigga. It's the most DC nigga album. Like, there's people I actually know, like, personally in real life that are, like, featured and, like, on that album in terms of production and just vocals, everything like that. With the whole production of that album, there's a lot of people that I know personally. So it's a very cool, and it has a lot of situations that I was in and talks about places and stuff like that. So to me, it's a very personal album. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. And then he drops the worst. Well, no, I wouldn't say the worst album, because that was the one. That's the one with like the Tyler the Creator feature. That was a good album. And then he drops the worst album I ever heard in my entire life. And then he just drops a new album, and it's one of the greatest albums I've heard in the last 2 years. It's a mind-boggling like dichotomy of like, he experiments so much, and I know he can rap. I know he can do stuff, and then he'll just experiment and do some other shit, and you're like, bruh, stop. Just do what you gotta do. That's why I think the album after At What Cost is like his most commercially like popular album, because it is him just going like, I'm gonna just do what works. And then after that, he went back to experimenting, and it's like, it works. Like, you probably wouldn't listen. Like, that's why I was like, you gotta listen to this Gold Link album without the new one, Enoch, because you'll hear it and you'll be like, okay, this is weird, but this is cool. And then, I don't know, bro. I feel like he's a very hit or miss artist. And I think that encapsulates a little bit of like Boater. But see, it's hard because like if I say that to somebody, they'll be like, "Oh, I think Mac Airs is Boater," and you'll be like, "Nigga, what?" But it all just depends on like where you're at in life. You know what I'm saying, and who you talk to and what they listen to. It's a little harder with music, but How much do you know about Drake? Like, do you listen to them all?
A lot.
Okay, never mind.
No, yeah. Why?
Because I was going to say
One of the albums is Boater?
Views is Boater.
Okay. I think
Comments-
I listen to Views. Yeah.
The comment section will vouch for me on these ones. This is a comment section. Somebody in the comments is going to be like, he got it.
Views is Boater. Okay. And maybe Back of the Rack could be explained as misunderstood, maybe? I think that's also a good way to attribute
That is a
Back of the
good...
Rack.
Because most of the games that we do feature on Back of the Rack are just misunderstood. Like Blade Storm,
wrong
people thought it...
time.
Yeah. Wrong time, right
Wrong
place.
time, wrong audience. Things like that. So it's difficult. I think that would be like one of like the big through lines for the games that we do. I mean, some of them really aren't Back of the Rack, but we do them anyways. But
What game would you say is not
Yeah,
Back of the Rack in hindsight? Which one would you say?
that we've done.
Yeah, that we've done. What would you say is not Back of the Rack? As I scroll through this list, I'm kind of looking at them, kind of like the only one I would say is not Back of the Rack is probably Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah, there we go. Well,
But even then, that's what I'm saying.
an argument can be made for Dragon's Dogma because I swear nobody gave a fuck about
Until Dragon's Dogma 2 came out, and everybody's like, I fucking
Yeah.
love Dragon's Dogma. It was amazing. And it's like, hold on. And now look at what they're doing to Dragon's Dogma 2, which is the exact same thing they did to Dragon's Dogma 1.
Yeah.
There's the exact same problems they have with Dragon's Dogma 1, they're
Silent.
saying with Dragon's Dogma 2. And it's like, but y'all were saying y'all love Dragon's Dogma 1. What happened?
Yeah. What else is on the list? Read me the list. And
All right, let's go from the top. Let's go from the very first.
Yeah.
Blade Storm Nightmare. That's Boater. That's Boater.
Yeah. Boater.
Second Sight. Boater.
Boater.
Crimson Sea 2. Boater.
Boater.
Spectral Origins. Boater. Final Fantasy
Boater.
12.
Boater.
Yeah.
It fits the definition. I feel like there's a set of conditions. Like if it's this or this or this, then it's Back of the Rack.
Yeah, because this
And I
right
feel like-
into Resident Evil 6, like both of those kind of feel like you're like, those are very popular games. But to be fair,
Yeah. They're the least liked in their franchise and everybody hated them when they
exactly.
released. That's
People
what
still be like, you can just skip 12. It's like, nah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You
Same
can
thing
skip
with Resident Evil 6.
Six is
People are
where
like, no, we don't need a remake of 6. No, we need no. Batman Rise of the Sin Suit.
I don't know about that one.
Because I feel like I agree. Because I feel like if you put Batman Rise of the Sin Suit on here, then you have to put like Fairly Odd Parents, like breaking the rules. And like Shrek 2, like you have to put like a whole echelon of children's games that are like Back of the Rack, and they're only Back of the Rack is because I was a child. You know what I mean?
Right,
like
right.
Batman Rise of the Sin Suit was made for 6-year-olds. It wasn't made for 30-year-olds like us, bro.
I feel like it's a good Batman game, but I don't know. I feel
This
like
is-
I don't see people talk about it, and I don't know that many people know about it.
But this is also the era
I
of
don't know
shitty
how-
Batman games. This is like right before
Right.
Arkham. So
is.
like every Batman game before this was ass. There wasn't a good Batman game before this. So
Yeah. Yeah. There was a couple of good side scrollers, but there was more flops for sure. I don't know. I'm tossed up on. I would say maybe no, it's not Boater, but it doesn't feel Boater. But by all intents and purposes, like when we look at like the rat, like the
yeah,
it is, you know. But I just feel like it's not.
yeah,
I
I
don't know.
feel you. Oh, we're going into deep territory here. Was Stolen Boater?
We never played Stolen.
I know, but I mean, we chose it. Oh,
Stolen was just obscure, I think.
that's what I think too.
I think it was just obscure, and I don't think that qualifies it as Boater. Because I don't remember seeing Stolen ever. You know,
Me
there's
neither.
a lot of copies. There's a lot of copies out there for some reason, but I never remember seeing any when I was young or when the PS2 was like.
I never saw this in
like,
stores. This is one of those games that
No.
you like when you start collecting and you're looking at the full list of like console games and you're like, what the fuck is stolen? Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and no one's ever heard of it, and no one loves it. So I mean, it's not a
Cancels
blower,
out.
really.
Negative plus a negative
Yeah,
equals
yeah, we're doing some math here. A little bit of arithmetic there for you.
Indivisible, the only voter digital to this day.
Boater digital, Boater digitals were definitely more broad. So I mean, I would say Indivisible is a Boater digital.
We gotta bring it back, but in a different format. I think we could do it. I think we could do it, but in a different format. We just gotta repurpose it, realign Butter Digital, because there is a lot of indie games that I feel like deserve that spotlight. There's a lot of cool indie games that could have got that spot. Like Victory Heat Rally, I finally played that because of you, and I was like, that's a great game. That is a great game.
Yeah, Victory Heat Rally or
the parking garage one.
Yeah, the parking garage one. Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom. You know, but I don't know. I think those are just like really good indie games. So it's hard. It's hard, and this is why we don't include PC games a lot of the times, because it's just like a huge breath of all of a sudden it's like, well, what are we gonna play? Like fucking Parking Simulator, like
Tron 2.0, Anachronox.
Yeah, like,
what are we playing?
Yeah,
Nobody's playing Necrovision.
We have to limit ourselves.
State of Emergency is like, I feel like is the textbook definition. Like if that's the picture that you put next to Boater in the dictionary, I feel like State of Emergency is that game. It's everybody's heard of it. Nobody played it though.
It's a game right next to Fantasy 12. If you go to a used game store right next to Final Fantasy 12, like 8 copies of Final Fantasy 12, you would see 5 copies of State of Emergency.
And you would always see the cover and be like, oh yeah, I do remember this game. Put it right back.
Put it back. Yeah, I don't want this.
Chorokyu, yeah, Chorokyu's back in the rack, but it's an obscure game.
Yes,
but it is back in the rack.
It's yeah. People love Chorokyu, that series. Yeah.
Fear Effect is the first. That's the first game that I've heard of by doing the podcast. I didn't hear about this game at all. But to be fair, I don't really like give a fuck about. I don't want to say I give a fuck about PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1 games are hard, and it's so easy to get roped into like the PS1 JRPGs.
Yeah.
Than to like care about everything else on the PS1. And shout out to Sean, because he does a good job of highlighting all of those games. But yeah, Fear Effect is, I'd say it's Boater. After playing it, it's definitely Boater.
Yes, Fear Effect is Boater. Did you hear about Chorokyu before you played it? I thought I introduced you to that, no?
No, yeah, I didn't hear about Chorokyu either. Yeah.
Okay.
But to be fair, I think I have heard, like, seen Chorokyu. Like in terms of like, you know, watching videos or like people like talking about like, oh, underrated games.
Okay.
And, like, but I never really put 2 and 2 together until we started doing Chorokyu. Then I was like, oh, that's that game. Terminator Dawn of Fate is not Boater. That's the first one I would say. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's it's just a game that
it's just
nobody
a shitty
likes.
game. Just a shitty game.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
But I guess sometimes I think we go in hoping that we'll like some of these games and that it'll become like, now it's a Boater, now it has an audience. But a lot of the times we like, there's a reason this is like in the back of the rack.
It's okay. Listen, it's really, really cool in terms of like trying to be like a pseudo Devil May Cry Terminator game. Like that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Yeah. It's just executed very poorly, and that's unfortunate. But that Terminator boss fight was really fucking cool. There was the menu, you could like zoom around and it had like a full like free look camera that you can mess around with because it was like a drone looking for people. That's all I remember. And I remember the Terminator fight. And I remember like the last one was like a giant like Metroidvania almost dungeon where you were going around trying to like find the time machine to get sent back. Because then you play as John Connor, or I think you played as John Connor and then they sent you back so that you could become your own. I don't know. Or no, you did the stuff so that you could send John Connor back to start the beginning of Terminator or something like that. And this was like canon for a moment.
This was considered, yeah.
Warriors Orochi.
Back of the rack.
Boater. That's Boater. That's Boater. If you know, you know. Musou games is a very if you know, you know kind of. I feel like a lot of people
it's already
are like
a niche and people love it. Yeah.
I feel like Musos are like a closeted like. A lot of people like they're like Musou games are like the furries of gaming.
Yeah, they do get a lot of bad. There's no weird associations, but I think that Musou fans do get a bad rap, though, for sure. It's like, oh, you just like mindless hack and slash. Like the way reviewers fucking talk about Warriors games sometimes. I'm just like, dang.
Yeah.
Nah, like what? Just be like, oh, it's not mindless hack and slash like the Musou games. Like,
yeah. Like how people were talking about Dynasty Warriors Origin, like this is a true evolution of Dynasty Warriors. I'm like, bro, did y'all not play like 7, 8? Like, what the fuck? Samurai Warriors? Like, did y'all not play these games? These are all been amazing
Warriors
evolutions.
5. Yeah.
The only thing,
Warriors, like, have you not fucking been playing games?
Yeah. That's all it is. All they see is square, 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 triangle, and they think, oh, this is whatever. But they play Dark Souls and play R1, 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 R1 all day. Oh, yeah. I'm a block and I'm a dodge roll. Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings, the Dark Age. I mean, not the Dark Ages. The Third Age.
Third Age. That's Boater.
That's Boater. That's Boater. It was a shitty Final Fantasy X clone, but it's Boater.
I don't think I finished that one either. I was like,
good.
This is too difficult.
It was good. Don't be like me. Do not finish these games, bro. Listen, I'm about to start being like you and not finishing these games, bro. The last 2 games I've beaten twice.
I told you.
I can't do it.
You need to like step away at some point. Save yourself some time. Also, Expedition 33 is also a Final Fantasy X clone. I want to say. I want to put that out there. So
I'd argue it's a Legend of Dragoon clone or Lost Odyssey clone.
I haven't played Lost Odyssey. Or like
both of them have like the active battle part or Shadow Hearts. They all have like the active battle where like you press a thing and it has like.
So you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I mean in terms of structure. But yeah. I mean, it takes a lot from a lot of games. It's not as linear as people might actually have you think. Final Fantasy X is definitely far more linear.
I'm kind of trying to beat. I don't even know if I want to play Expedition 33. I don't know. I feel like I already know what I'm gonna get out of it, and I feel like I'm gonna just be like we be playing JRPGs. We're getting off a tangent here, bro. We be playing JRPGs, and like niggas that don't be playing JRPGs now that it doesn't have an anime girl. I feel like it has the reverse Forspoken problem. Like if Forspoken was little anime girl running around, people would be like, "This is a great game," because it's by Square Enix. You know what I'm saying? Like if Frey wasn't a black girl, I don't want to throw that card out, but like yeah, literally, if like it was a little Japanese anime girl running around, people would be like, "Yo, this is the greatest game of all time." And I feel like Expedition 33, a lot of niggas are saying, "Yo, this is the greatest game of the year," blah blah blah, just because it's a JRPG. Without anime niggas.
See, I think
until a nigga that be playing JRPGs. Is this whatever?
I don't think for Forspoken. God, I cannot speak right now.
Okay, but listen. Okay,
I feel like I think you might be right. Because of like the cultural movement at the time where a lot of people like were upset that there was a forced sort of people of color and also like women in games, which if this game had come out like in the early 2000s and nobody would have batted an eye because
but the thing people fail to forget about Forspoken is it's made by the same people that made Final Fantasy 15. It's the exact same team that made Final Fantasy 15, and it's got the exact same problems as Final Fantasy 15 in a lot of ways. And people
didn't like Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, but I know a couple diehard like Final Fantasy 15 people. You know what I mean? Like that, it has their niche. Like it has their hardcore following of like Final Fantasy 15 heads, just like 12, that like love that game no matter what, think it's really deep and try to do everything in it. And Forspoken's the same way, where it's like a lot of the issues with the open world and the quest design and the side quest and the story and the writing. It's a lot of the same exact issues as Final Fantasy 15. And I think at least gameplay wise, it's a little bit more fun than Final Fantasy 15, at least. And I don't know, bro.
I'm gonna have to play
Look,
it still.
you gotta play that shit, bro. Why haven't they given it away for free yet on PlayStation?
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it to come.
Fatal Frame.
What else? That's BOTR.
That's BOTR. I'm going into our deep bag here of of the canceled episodes. Persona 1. Remember we were about to...
Those.
I'm gonna just throw them all three in a bag.
technically,
Persona, Okage, Crimson Tears. I still want to do Crimson Tears. I would love to do Crimson Tears next year. Like, I feel like that's a definition BOTR game. I love that game. But
I would say,
yeah, Persona and Okage.
I also
it just.
I feel like they're BOTR in some sense, but we just didn't like them.
Yes.
Because I mean, well, maybe not Okage, but I know that. What are the games again? Okage, Crimson
Persona.
Tears, and
Persona.
Persona. I mean, yeah, the first Persona I know has its diehard fans, and everybody knows of Persona. So I feel like it sort of does fall within like the BOTR category. I just never remember seeing it anywhere. Like it wasn't. I didn't get introduced into Persona as a franchise
until Persona 1.
Until Persona
3.
3. Yeah, 3. Yeah, exactly. So I feel like if it's Okage, I don't know. I
liked Okage. I did. I think I beat it, but I did like Okage. I did. I loved, but Okage was good for the writing and not for the battle system. The world, the characters, the writing. It was really, really fun. It's really colorful. I love the cast, and it's very fun to be playing the villain a little bit sometimes. That's very fun to do. It just wasn't very fun in terms of a battle system, I would say. It's like you can tell that like, oh yeah, this used to be like a Nintendo 64 or like PS1 game. Like you could tell that like this just got uploaded. And the same way with the looks. So it's a little hard. But I enjoyed it. Honestly, I would put it back on the list. But I mean,
I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where it's like it's not engaging. I did fall asleep a lot with that game. It's very
yeah, it was one of those games where I'm like, this is putting me to sleep.
I'm not gonna lie, if I wasn't smacked for like half of my playthrough of the game, I probably wouldn't have beaten it. It's a weed friendly game. Light up a doobie and just blast some music while you read some funny shit.
Yeah, that's how I would say Death Stranding is a very weed friendly game. Definitely. All right, what else we got on the list?
Musashi's BOTR. Musashi is.
Yes.
If you rip out a piece of my heart, bro, I want to replay Musashi. We'll get into it, but I want to replay Musashi so bad. I wish that I had a remaster and it had some online feature where I can like trade trading cards, like the little trading card system. I wish I could trade that with people. Like that'd be so.
Yeah, cool. I wish you had trophy support.
Honestly, I feel like that'll be more fun to do as a like just 100%. Like I want to get all the moves, all the trophies, like just do everything in the game. I wonder that'll probably be more fun to do with Musashi. Just live in it. It's a very fun game to live in. No More Heroes.
That's BOTR, I would say.
It's weird because I feel like it's BOTR. Operation Raccoon City. In my heart, I feel like it's not. I feel like
in your heart of hearts.
I feel like No More Heroes 2 is more BOTR than No More Heroes 1. I feel like a lot of people accept No More Heroes 1 for what it is and be like, okay, cool, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But like No More Heroes 2, I feel like a lot of people don't like No More Heroes 2. Mm-hmm. And No More Heroes 3 is kind of like, if you're in No More Heroes 3 by this point, you like No More Heroes. So you can excuse No More Heroes 3, but No More Heroes 2, I feel like is a lot of the one. Like No More Heroes would be a lot bigger if No More Heroes 2 didn't exist. Like if it was just No More Heroes, I feel like a lot of people would be like, yo, No More Heroes is a must. I mean, people still are like, it's a must-have Wii game. If you have a Wii, you need to get No More Heroes. But I feel like how people talk about Killer 7, I feel like a lot of people would treat No More Heroes like Killer 7 as like, yo, this is just a weird game that you gotta have. You gotta play this at least once. But because of the sequels, it kind of inerts it a little bit like that. I don't know. We'll see. It's on the list. No More Heroes 2 is on the list, so maybe for a replay. We did say we were going to pick a sequel for next season, so maybe. We'll see. Maybe. Operation Raccoon City. Boater. That was a great game. That was a
Boater.
fun game. That was a fun ass game. Resident
That
Operation
was the
Raccoon
first time we
City.
played together.
Yeah, that's a game that's good if you ain't got a bitch in your ear saying it sucks.
I mean, it does kind of suck.
It does.
we
But it's
we
fun.
found our fun in it.
Yeah.
Because I remember I wasn't hot on it. I remember you really liked it, and I was like, yeah, it's a little gross, but it's
Okay.
definitely Boater.
Tom, because I know you're watching, I need you to play Operation Raccoon City before you get into 5. I need you to play it especially because
Has he
he's
not played?
I don't know if he has, but especially because he's been going back and playing all the Resident Evils, it'll be really fun to see like how I had when I was playing it, and I was like, oh shit, that's the camera angle. Oh shit, that's the like having those callback moments like that. That's really, I think that's what made it for me. And plus us just fucking around and being like, look at these dead bodies, bro. Like, yeah.
Yeah, the same guy pinned over the fucking railing. We just like kept finding him.
There he is. Eternal
There is,
Sonata
same
is also a very Boater game.
That's Boater.
Dirge of
I didn't finish
Cerberus,
that one, but that's Boater.
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 Parasite Eve, Boater.
Boater.
Death by Degrees,
See, like,
Boater.
yeah,
Dark
that, yeah.
Sector,
See, like, we're really, we know.
Dissidia,
Our sector's Boater.
Alpha Protocol. I
The
don't
city
know.
was a little tricky,
I don't know about Dissidia.
but you could argue. You could argue it's Boater, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm like,
that game was
what nigga did
torture
this? I
to
mean-
fucking play, bro.
I think it's a PSP game, and that's what makes it sort of like already niche. Because like, even though a lot of people played PSP, it wasn't like that big of a hit in terms of like sales. That game
Yeah.
specifically. So I don't know. I don't know anybody that hates that game. Everybody remembers it fondly and plays it. So.
I think I would remember this more fondly if I just remembered it from the demos I played than actually playing it. Because playing through all the story modes made me go, I don't like this shit, bro. It's very annoying to do the flip into the that shit is so annoying. Dragon Quarter is just like Musashi. It's there. Alpha Protocol, Boater. Blood Rain is very Boater. And I think we should play Blood Rain 2.
It is. Blood Rain 2?
I think we should play Blood Rain 2. Out of all sequels, I think we should play Blood Rain 2.
Wow.
I think
Even over No More Heroes 2?
even over No More Heroes 2, even over what other fucking sequels could we got over here? I don't know. 99 Nights 2? I don't fucking know. Suffering 2?
Well, I did always want to play Chorokyu Road Trip.
Oh, yeah. Going into another Choro
That
would
would-
be fun.
That would technically be a sequel, but not like a direct sequel. I guess.
Listen, I think Blood Rain 2 is just as Boater as Blood Rain 1. I don't know.
Well, maybe next season, next season.
Let's
Add
go
it to the list.
Now this is this season right here, bro. We can make it audible right now.
Honestly, this season has been a bunch of Boater games.
John the Arc is
For
Boater
sure.
as hell. R Racing,
Yeah.
Boater as hell. Wet. That is deep. That's okay. So like a lot of these were like on the list from like the jump when we first made like a list of like games. Most of these were like the very first games that we chose of like these are games that are Boater. So like a lot of this season is really just like doing amends for a.
Yeah, well, what you should do is when we add our picks for like a Boater game, you should add the date so that we know when we added it. And we can keep track of like, we added this season or added this in the beginning. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But-
Are we ever gonna play 50 Cent Bulletproof?
Yeah, probably at some point. Why?
Yeah.
Is that on the list?
Yeah, it's on the list.
Yeah.
It just stares at me. 50 Cent's fucking face stares at me every time I look at the list, and it kind of like annoys me. So I kind of just want to get it out the way. Okay, listen.
Yeah.
Next
I mean,
year's.
we haven't even picked next year.
Yeah.
So like,
You think
we got
this
10
year's
slots.
good? We got 360 games we can play now. I got some picks for us. I got some picks for us, and one of those games has to be Infinite Undiscovery. I low key think
JRPG. Okay.
I low key think that and the Herbs might be. They might breach the top 10, bro. In terms of like all time.
For you personally?
For me personally, I've been replaying the Herbs for a project, and I think the Herbs. Just a video about the Herbs. That's all. It's just.
You're so like vague about it.
But I think the Herbs might be like top 10 games. I think it might be number 9 up there. I really fuck with that game a lot. But Infinite Undiscovery, I believe, is the game that got me into JRPGs. So it'd be kind of fun to go back and play that game and see if it still holds up.
I'd be down. I'd be down to do Infinite Undiscovery. I don't know about fucking Herbs.
You don't want to be a Sim in the city, bro?
I already am not a Sims fan. So,
bro, you can listen to Black Eyed Peas, bro. They don't even try.
Oh my god.
We
got real. Thanks, Cade. We got real off track here with with your question. This is all your fault.
We had to redefine boaters.
Yeah, we had to redefine. Basically, different games are boater for different reasons, because boater is like a set of conditions.
It's a lifestyle.
I would say. And it is a lifestyle. And one day, Cade, you'll grow into it and understand, like, that's what they meant by boater.
Yeah, you know? Like fucking Android is boater, bro.
And the phone? You're talking about the phone? Oh my god. All right, let's move on to the next question. This is by Folder. He asks, are there any collabs you would like to see with your favorite directors and game studio? For example, I would love to see what Ryan Coogler would cook up on thoughts on Spike Lee and NBA 2K16.
Spike Lee hosted Spike Lee directed the 2K16's story mode. It was a Spike Lee joint. I'm a friend of freak.
Oh.
It was a very
interesting.
It's a very cinematic story of your friend being an asshole. You had like a twin sister, then the friend died in a car accident because he was using your money. It was a crazy ass storyline, bro. It was like, bro, I just want to
played it.
Yeah, it was like, I just want to hoop, bro. But like, that was a crazy story, man.
Sounds crazy.
Honestly, I would love to see Capcom. Hear me out.
Yeah, he says favorite directors and game studio.
I would love to see Capcom and Wes Anderson.
Okay, like a Wes Anderson Street Fighter or something.
No,
I mean it's already in that format.
No, I mean like Wes Anderson. He you know, like I feel like, cause see, Capcom doesn't just make survival horror, like they're prone to experimentation, and I feel like if Wes Anderson was to make a video game, because I feel like the easiest answer would be Quentin Tarantino, Hideo Kojima, or like Quentin Tarantino, Suda 51. Those are like the first ones that jump to my mind of like, oh, that'll be fun. But like trying to get out of the wheel box, I feel like Wes Anderson and like Capcom can make like some weird, like abstract, like really interesting game. Like think about like Konitsugami or Okami, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're okay with experimenting and doing weird art styles and doing something out of the wheelhouse, and I feel like they would be the best to complement a Wes Anderson. Either them or Nintendo. I don't feel like Wes Anderson gives Nintendo, so that's why I said Capcom.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like Nintendo wouldn't allow for the sort of experimentation or the style that he has.
Yeah.
Even though it is a bit childlike.
Because Capcom can go super realistic or they can go super abstract. They have like a weird like line between it all.
But it is all very Japanese ultimately. So I'm curious how that combination of like Wes Anderson's really Western sensibilities, how would that mix with like the Japanese-ness because I mean Capcom is basically like realistic looking anime, anime, you know, or just like so it's you know it's in there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a couple here. I didn't think of like the game studio. I don't think I read the question properly, but I think a game by Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan could work with probably like Naughty Dog or something. They could probably cook up something cool.
They would probably cook up the most insufferable game for the next 30 years, bro. They would re-release that game so much, bro. You think Last of Us 2 is bad right now? That game would go dummy, bro.
I think Alfonso Cuarón, which is one of my favorite directors, I think he would make a very interesting game. Maybe like team him up with like the who are the devs that made like Until Dawn and David Cage's team. What's his?
No, that's Massive Games. Supermassive, I think.
No, yeah, Supermassive, I think.
Yeah, Supermassive.
Right?
Games,
or is that?
Yeah, they're the ones that made all the Dark Pictures and the Quarry and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, team him up with him, or I mean Christopher Nolan.
Don't give David Cage nothing, bro. I wouldn't trust David Cage with anything.
Guillermo del Toro, give him to Square Enix. Let him make a grounded Final Fantasy game or something. Some sort of, or I mean, not even a Final Fantasy. It could just be a fantasy type game.
George R. Martin, make a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah. Here's Elden Ring. I think Michael Bay also is like primed to make like a game. I could see him with Treyarch or
Michael Bay should have did a Call of Duty campaign by now.
That's exact. Yeah, the Call of Duty campaigns are basically Michael Bay films.
Bro, has he not done a Call of Duty campaign?
I mean, I don't think so.
I don't know, but like I feel like he would be like prime for like Black Ops 8 or whatever the fuck they decide to do. I don't know. I said Wes Anderson earlier, and then I realized that like the Disco Elysium people, even though they dissolved, is like the perfect choice for a Wes Anderson movie, like, or like Telltale or something like that.
Right. Yeah. I think Guillermo del Toro would do good with like a Ninja Theory as well, or something, or a Platinum Games, because they have like quirky characters, like a weird aesthetic, you know.
Yeah, now you got me thinking about fucking Team Ninja and who they could work with.
Yeah. Because you have to think like these are film directors, so they would really only care about like the story and maybe like the characters. So you just assume it's the gameplay of that studio, and then everything else like the world and characters and plot would be that director.
You know what I want? I want John Singleton and the people that make True Crimes to make a game. Rest in peace, John Singleton. And I wanted to star Snoop Dogg.
Wasn't he already in one of them?
That was the case. That was the whole thing for Fear and Respect. It was John Singleton, the True Crimes people, and it was starring Snoop Dogg. And still mad we didn't get that fucking game, bro. I was so hyped. That was the first Game Informer I ever got, bro. My dad bought that shit for me, and I signed the whole paper with the address and shit. Like, yeah, bro, subscribe me right now.
Yeah,
bro, I wanted that game so bad, bro. I'm so mad that like a build hasn't leaked that game yet, bro. I don't know. Rest in peace, John Singleton.
I feel like Jordan Peele could make a Def Jam game, a new one. It'd be like a commentary on like black culture or something.
Def Jam wouldn't work because it'll be like
versus.
It'll be all streamers nowadays, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would be whatever Def Jam's spiritual successor. I don't know what you would call that. You know, a spiritual successor to like that type of.
They always love to throw Eminem in there and be like, Def Jam's gonna start it's gonna have Eminem in there and he's gonna fight people. Like, shut the fuck up, bro.
Yeah,
I don't want Eminem.
Or Jordan Peele in a.
But it's a Def Jam horror game.
No. Jordan Peele, but it's Capcom gives him full creative freedom on Resident Evil. so he gets to make a Jordan Peele directed Resident Evil game, and it's a black protagonist, and all these zombies are white. What?
I'd one up you and say Silent Hill.
Oh, that'd be interesting too.
Give him
All
Silent
the monsters
Hill.
would be.
Oh, these white ass monsters! Ah!
Yeah, it'd be some sort of commentary. It'd be funny or good. It might be good. It might be good.
I mean, hey,
Although,
Hideo Kojima.
Jordan Peele's already working with. Yeah, he's working with him, isn't he? With
Yeah. I think he's
Hideo.
working on the next one, right? OD, right?
Yeah, OD or Fizzin or something. I don't know. I forget what they're working on.
Yeah, I know him and Kojima. Yeah. OD is the one with him and Jordan Peele.
Ah, okay. So, well, there's that one already. That's a good question, though. I like that question.
That's crazy, bro. That is a dream lineup right there, and that's happening.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was exciting when Hideo and Guillermo del Toro were working on PT, Silent Hills, and then they ended up doing some stuff with Death Stranding.
Fuck them for that, bro. He's supposed to do Silent Hill, bro. Silent Hill would have been back, bro.
I was having this conversation more recently where I didn't. PT was badass. It was cool visually and scary in a very different way, but I didn't feel like it was a Silent Hill game.
I feel like people. That's how I feel about 7 and 8 of Resident Evil. I feel like a lot of people were just starved of like something new, and they just kind of coasted off of like the new trend of horror games of just first person walking around bullshit, and like I don't feel like that's Silent Hill.
Yeah, I actually don't even feel like it's Resident Evil. The first person
Me neither. I don't like it at all.
It feels a little like it's not. I mean, they're great games, right? But that Resident Evil feel to it is just not there. I didn't play 8, but I did play 7. And I remember this is cool. This is a cool concept. But I never felt like I was playing a Resident Evil game. And sure, it's like a reinvention of Resident Evil, I guess. But then they think, didn't they throw Chris in there in 8?
Yeah.
And they have I'm just this doesn't feel right.
There is a thing now with like Resident Evil 8 where you can play the entire game in third person mode. So I haven't played Resident Evil 8, but like low key now that's there, I'll play it.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
True. Yeah. Yeah. First person is a bit too intense. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of the claustrophobia of it is because it's from first person, makes it feel scarier when it's not really that fucking scary for real.
Yeah.
Oh, there is a third person mod for Resident Evil 7. Bet I'm about to play that hoe. Let's go.
I'll play it right now. Download
it. Playing it right now.
All right, so those are all the questions. Remember, guys, that you can also write in your questions if you join our Discord and you go to the status check write-ins section. You can submit your question there, and then we'll answer it in the next episode. We do one of these episodes once a month, so that gives you plenty of time to think about what kind of crazy question you want us to answer and what tangents will go on from answering your questions. Let's go into some of the personal topics that we have. Sondi, why don't you go first?
We just kind of talking about this before we hit record, but just overall general fatigue, overstimulation, and just dealing with it. You know what I mean? I've just had a lot of family recently over. I've had fatigue from work. I've had just fatigue from just being out doing stuff. Did a lot of stuff for 4th of July, setting up fireworks and DJing and all that stuff. So it's just like at this point, I'm just like I was saying, I'm about to just take all my leave. I have 2 weeks worth of leave, and I'm about to just take it all in one fell swoop, just for the next 2 weeks, whenever they approve it for. So hopefully, I could just have the whole end of July to just myself, and
right.
How do you handle those situations? I guess because for me, it's easy to just sit right here, grab me a beer, and play me a game, mostly Sonic Adventure 2, but you know what I'm saying. So
that's actually a good question, because it sort of goes with one of mine. which it can sort of piggyback off of, and that is, how do you handle bad days? And I guess that can do with like, you know, fatigue or, you know, overstimulation and stuff. But to answer your question for, you know, handling when I'm like really exhausted or like just kind of, you know, been doing a lot, been going a lot of places, hosting people. I feel like typically when I have a bunch of events or a bunch of things that I need to do and get done, I typically will come home and I feel just better that I completed them. I think one of the things I love about my partner is that I don't really get forced to like we all have obligations with our partners, you know, to be there for family things and all this. And a lot of the times she gives me a lot of freedom on whether I want to participate or the length I want to participate. And unfortunately, like you, I don't really get roped into things that I am just like, all right, you know, I think she has a limited social battery. And so often when we both are like tired or something, or like, you know, we'll kind of just step back and we'll like retreat and we'll go back home. You know, like as an example, let's say some family's coming into town for a 3-day weekend, like 4th of July, right? Let's just say, this is not something that happened, but as an example, you know, you're hosting the 4th of July, you got friends over, family, you know, you're cooking. That's all exhausting. Where are they going to stay? How long is this going to go on? The next day, what do they want to go hiking? They want to be shown around town. They still want to hang out, you know. I think we would have it where, you know, we have like good breaks. We would probably set boundaries too, just like, okay, if you guys are going to come over, you can only stay for this day and we got this to do, or it's probably better that you find your own place because XYZ. So we end up being able to manage a lot of like the overstimulation or the over fatigue because we sort of set more boundaries for ourselves. And sometimes that reads wrong to people, you know, like where my mom, like we'll spend like a full 8 hours with my mom, you know, we'll be hanging out from like, you know, 12 to like 8 and she still wants to go, you know, or she'll want to hang out the next day. Hey, let's go to do this thing tomorrow, you know, and I'm just like, honestly, no.
No.
like honestly, Mom, I've had enough. Like if I do tomorrow, I'm not gonna have a day for myself to just kind of like chill, recharge, mellow out. I love hanging around people. I love, but like there's a limit where I'm just like, I gotta entertain, gotta think about what to talk about, gotta do stuff for like, this is enough. And maybe next weekend, you know, we can do something else. And yeah, we try not to. I think we try not to stretch ourselves too thin, and that has its own repercussions because sometimes I feel like I'm not doing right by certain people that I love, you know. I think when I was going to therapy, I definitely learned that I was overextending myself and doing things when sometimes it didn't need to be done, or like they're adults, they can handle that. They should be okay with you telling them, you know,
stuff
like telling
that.
him no. Yeah,
that's a very funny dichotomy because my partner is the opposite of that. She's very extroverted, I'm very introverted, and I always joke that she always wants to get the last laugh. So like conversations never end.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
And her entire family is like that. So
yeah,
niggas get the yapping. Like
it's not.
We always hang out on Saturdays, nigga. I don't get home till like 11:30, bro. Like we be there from like 4 to like 11, just outside yapping, bro. And I'll be like, it's fun. I'll be getting like the nitty gritty details and the funny stories of when they was like kids and shit like that. So it's fun, you know, talking, conversating, having good moments with family. But at the same time, I just be like, bruh, chill, bruh. I just want to sit at home. And it's funny because I see her and she gets stressed and she's like, oh my god, I gotta do this and 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 we gotta do this and we gotta do this. And I'm just like, bruh, just say no. Just say I'm not coming. I don't feel like it, bro. Like, it's okay. We don't have to do everything that somebody offers us. And
Yes.
she feels an obligation, I guess, to like not let people down. And I'm so glad to let people down and be like, nah, not doing that. Nope. COS at home. But like, she's not. So it's hard because I can see the frustration with her, and she's like, oh my god, we gotta do this and this and this, and I'm like, we could just not show up. And she's like, no, I can't no show. And I'm like, we can no show. It's okay. Just don't say nothing. Just go lay back down, bro. It's okay. I don't know. I think that's what it is too, is that just being introverted and enough, and just having that having the space to just retreat. And I've learned a lot that like I do retreat too much, and I should extend the olive branch a little bit. Like, for example, my phone's right here, like on the desk. This is whatever it is. When I wake up, I'll come out here, I'll check my phone, blah, blah, blah. Like, if I see it and I look over and I go, oh, hey, what's going on with my phone? I'll look at it, but then like after that, I don't give a shit. Like, my notifications don't even pop up on my phone unless I scroll down. Like, don't look at my phone whatsoever. It stays in one spot. So like a lot of people hit me up and are like, hey, or like they'll hit me up. I don't have social medias on my phone either, except for like Discord. So like people will hit me up and be like, hey, what are you doing? Da 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 da. You didn't answer me, and I'm like, I'm not on Twitter, nigga. I'm not on Instagram. Like, why are you hitting me up on that? I'm not on Snapchat. Why are you snapping me? I haven't been on Snapchat in years. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Hey, this really important thing. Let me send it to you on Snapchat.
Yeah, did you get the baby shower invite? I sent it to you, and I'm like, nigga, why did you send it on Instagram? Why didn't you text me? What the fuck? Yeah. So I don't know, bro. I'm just trying to. It's like a weird like rhythm of trying to like be open, then closing, then being open, then closing, because it's very easy for me to get fatigued with. I don't want to say with people. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
It's easier for me to get fatigued with stuff going out of my way. And niggas cost money. And I ain't got money, bro. I'm broke right now, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, ain't nobody got time for that, bro. Because if we hang out, I'm going to at least spend $60 on food. If we hang out, we going somewhere, I got to spend $40 on drinks. We're going here. That's like, we're going to Dave & Buster's. That's like $100, bro. Like, shit costs money, and I ain't got that extra money when I could just sit my black ass at home and chill out. You can come over. You can come over all you want, bro. That's fun. That's fine. But like, niggas be trying to go out, and then they get mad because it's like, bro, we not going out, and it's like, you got going out money. I know what my mom says now when she says you got McDonald's money. You know, I get it now. I get it.
Yeah.
It's like there's ebbs and flows of like at this point right now, I would say like I'm here. I'm at the bottom of the valley, and I'm slowly climbing my way back up. So while I'm in this valley, don't ask me to be up here at the top at the hotel at the ski resort, bro. I'm cooling right now, bro. I'm still climbing the mountain, bro. Cool out, bro. I can't ski right now.
Yeah, it's a lot sometimes, you know. I think I would say I'm probably a bit more of an extrovert, but I'm like an introverted extrovert. I would say, like, I definitely like being around more people more often, but I definitely need that time alone to kind of like reset.
Yeah,
you know. But I do like being around people, and you know, I guess that works in my favor most of the time when like with some stuff. I mean, there's days where I'm like, damn, I wish that there was people around, you know, but ultimately I'm like, I'm fine with being alone too. So I guess it kind of works. Now, as far as like handling a bad day, I don't have many bad days. I feel like I'm I think I'm just more hesitant to call something a bad day. You know, like a bad day to me is like you wake up late, you like you mess your routine up, you miss
Yeah.
breakfast, or you overcook something, or you spill something on your pants.
I have very
And then
frustrating days, but I don't have bad days.
Yeah, and then like you mess up at work, and then you get in a fight with your partner, and then there's a misunderstanding with your friend. Like a bad day for me is like it has to be like a really bad, like your car gets stolen, and then if you find out that rent check didn't clear. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like some shit that would be like, oh fuck.
Yeah. Even then, that's just
You
a
know.
frustrating situation to me. It's never really like a. But I guess, I mean, life's too short for me. Like I don't know. I guess I've always had the philosophy of like niggas die every day, b. Like niggas really do be dying, and like ain't nothing you can like. I could die of a brain aneurysm on the podcast right now, and there's nothing stopping that from happening. So it's like at this point, I can't stress about this situation because I know that it's a fixable situation, and in the future, I know that I'll be good. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like if I don't pay rent, all right, nigga, go back to mom. I guess I don't fucking know. Figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do. We gotta do. Live in the car. Whatever the fuck we gotta do. We gotta do. Sell some games. Shit.
Yeah. I've actually never even thought about bad days until being with my partner, because she has like bad
I
days.
do agree with that. I do agree with that. And it's so weird to see because you're like, I don't know if I'm like, it's not unempathetic, but like, it is weird because like, I don't know my philosophy on it. And it's like, it's so much, it's like small shit. And it's like, bro, that tipped you over, bro? Like, chill, bro. It's like something like, oh, we're fucking late. And it's like, okay, but we're there. Like, chill out. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah. And I mean, it could be like a man versus woman thing. Also, like women do have that time of the month that makes a lot of things feel, you know, more intense and chaotic. But yeah, I think, you know, there's times where you, like my partner will have a bad day at work, you know, and I'm like, oh, what happened? And then, you know, she explains what it is. And I'm just like,
so
that's just work.
Right. You're just like, oh,
I'm like,
okay.
I don't. Well, what are your other days like?
She was being
like
sassy in an email chain. That was your worst.
Yeah, like like I get that, you know, there could be busy days at work, and it's just like, oh, we had this happen, so more calls came in, or you know, whatever, or I messed this little thing up, and I'm like, but that's kind of what work is. That's what makes it work, is like those things that happen.
Yeah.
But you know, like spilling coffee on yourself in the morning and then getting yelled at on a call the next day or the next hour, and it's just like, that's a bad day. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I would readily call that a bad day exactly. And it's kind of like what you're saying, where I'm just like, you're gonna let this affect your whole day?
Like I've had some bad
So
days
maybe it's just like
at work, but I haven't had like totality bad
the
days.
whole day.
Yeah.
Like the whole day is just like, all right, you know, I need a drink. It's been a bad day. And I'm just like, I mean, no, there's still a lot of the day, and for you to call it so early, I don't know. It just really is like a different mentality. But I think it's more women that feel this like or white women, maybe more specifically.
I was about to say, because my bad days are like horrible. Like when I got in a car accident and I was in a ditch, that was a bad day. Or like when I had to slowly watch my dog die on the couch, that was a bad day. But like, those are all day situations where I'm like, damn, this is all day I got to deal with this bullshit. That's way different than like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kathy was being fucking a bitch at work, you know, or like.
Yeah, it's really hard to make me admit like it's a bad day. Like it has to be like through and through. Like
bad days are extremely memorable.
This happened in the evening. Yeah, exactly. Like we're just like, damn, remember that time I got fired and then my pants were ripped and I walked around the entire mall, and then I got home and we found out that our TVs were stolen, and that like it needs to be like a full, like this is a terrible day. This is a bad day.
Same situation.
You know. But I don't know. I think that could just be a man thing, and I feel like it might be. I've never had this conversation with like anybody else to really.
It is
to
different
really know,
because
but.
like as a man, you're kind of raised like you said, you were raised in a house as well of all women, so it's a little bit like you're the man of the house, and like as the man of the house, you can't express feelings to the extent that women are allowed to, because you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah, well, especially not to other men. Yeah,
right, exactly. So it's kind of hard to, as you grow up, because that's all you know. It's like, how do I express my feelings? Like, you can ask your friends, they be going through some shit, and you talk to them, and you be like, "How you doing, bro?" And you know they going through some shit, and they be like, "I'm straight."
yeah, and I'm good, man. It's good. It's
Straight,
like, no,
you
you're
know,
not.
just just chilling life.
chilling.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, you know. But it's like, I know some shit going on, bro. I know you got 2 baby mamas on the way, bro. I know shit's crazy right now. But I don't know. It's just, that's one thing I was working on in therapy, is just trying to be more open, at least when it comes to my emotions. Because I am very quick to be like, because I've always had like the mantra of like, this shit doesn't matter. So like I always go like, it is what it is. It's okay. Like Devin gets mad at me a lot because we'll argue about something, or she'll get frustrated about something, and I'll just brush it off and be like, it's straight. Because I don't want it to blow up into a bigger argument. Because if she's throwing a fit, or she says something in a certain tone, I'll come at it back. I'll regurgitate that tone back to her, and then it'll blow up into something that it doesn't need to be. So I'll just be like, it's okay. It's whatever. Because I know like instantly, like I like calculate like, this isn't worth it.
Where it might go.
Yeah, and I'm like,
okay,
yeah, like this isn't important. Instantly, it's okay, it's whatever, and I just like throw it off. But like, I don't know, because like you think about certain things, and it's like it does still fester, it does still sit there with you. So it's a little bit like tricky, because it's like even now, it's hard to be like, damn, bro, this shit got me fucked up. Like I think about like that one time, whatever the fucked up year, was it last year or the year before last? Whatever the year I was fucked up.
Yeah, the year before last.
Yeah, like I had a lot of crazy shit happen, and like it's kind of hard to even still think and process a lot of the shit that happened that year. And it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. It's just gotta tough that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like people die, and you can't be the one crying. You gotta be the one holding people close and making sure, being the shoulder to cry on. You can't let that emotion out. Somebody has to be the rational one and be like, nah, okay, we gotta think this through, we gotta go through this, da 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 da. And like, I don't know, it's tricky. And it's very tricky.
Maybe it comes down to like gender norms too, because it's like, do you want to be friends with a guy who
fucking cries all the time?
Who's like, exactly, who's like, hey man, like, why are you in a bad mood? It's like, man, I couldn't find my shoe this morning, and then I made a mistake, and now I'm just
girl crying. Then you be like, God damn.
Yeah, it's just like,
get out of my fucking face.
Yeah, you would kind of, exactly. You wouldn't be able to take them seriously, or I guess intrinsically we're built to be like, oh, this guy can't handle any form of like frustration or adversity, because he immediately breaks down, or it's like immediately like a bad day for this person.
I had a friend like that where he was really hot-headed. Like you couldn't joke around. Like, you know how niggas be joning. He was the one nigga you can't joan on, because then it eventually turns into like an actual like heated, like I'm trying to fight, and it's like, bro, he was just joking, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, I know that reminded me of someone, but yeah, that's exactly it. Let's move into my other personal topic, which might be fucking massive now that I think about it. So,
an hour and 30 minutes in.
This is the experience of, I don't know how to word this, experience of black women being mean. So I brought this up to you because a conversation was had between me and my fiance about sort of like how growing up, the black women that we encountered in Tucson, this could be entirely regional, by the way. I haven't been to the East Coast or, to know, but especially in high school, like the black women were like the meanest people ever. Like just straight up, like the black girls, like they were just like, and I was friends with some of them, and so I saw like both I was on like the receiving end, but also sometimes seeing them talk to other people. I was like, damn, I don't want to be that fucking person.
Right.
And my fiance was telling me about a story where she went into a bathroom at a bar and she was praising this black girl and saying that like, oh wow, you look beautiful. And like the black girl just fucking took her drink and threw it at her face, basically.
Oh nah.
And I was just like, walked out. And she was always like so confused about like what happened or like why she reacted that way. But more particularly like going back to school and we think about cliques and we think about the mean girls and the cool kids and the nerds and all that. And I remembered that there was this group of popular black kids that I was cool with, some of them, but not all of them. Like we didn't care, you know, enough about each other. But they were mean. They were there was like a sense of, it felt like there was a chip on their shoulder and they would just say whatever to whoever. I remember just like being like astonished that somebody would speak so like unfiltered and like feel like they have the like right to because they are who they are. Like it was just, yeah. I don't know. So I just wanted to talk about like the experience of like black, because I know like there's a whole thing like angry black woman, like that's a thing.
That's a trope. I know that is a trope.
Yeah, and tropes and like things like that typically come from a place of truth. The same with, you know, like reinforcing stereotypes. And so yeah, I just wanted to get like your take on, because you're on the other side of this continent, and like what it's been like for you, or like, you know.
Listen, we're bringing up more lore. Okay, so I don't know if you know this, bro, but I'm low-key a hotep, bro. I look like...
No, you've told me multiple times. Yeah. You've told me
I
this
have to
multiple
preface this
times.
when I start to get into like, because I catch myself and I start getting into like it's because of the white man and Pan-African, and I have to like cool out for a second. But like,
yeah,
it's different, I guess, because like, okay, growing up, I've in Atlanta, I went to a predominantly black school, and it also had like a STEM enrichment like side to it that like the smart kids like would apply and go to, and it had like extracurricular classes and all that stuff like that for like smart niggas, right? So like those smart niggas at the normal high school, which my high school would also have classes with the smart niggas from the smart nigga school. So it was like a mixture, and most of the time the smart niggas was white kids and Asian kids, and you know what I'm saying? So like most of the time I'm in classes with white people, smart classes, but then I would have my regular classes like PE and all that other stuff with niggas, because the rest of the school is niggas. So like I don't know, I feel like but to be fair, I've always just been like a very personable person. Like I don't really like, I'm the type that will walk up to like for example, I would not have met my wife if I didn't walk up to her cousin in 7th grade and just go. She was the quietest girl. She never spoke a word, like ever. Like I literally, she told me the first word she said in 7th grade was because of me, because I walked up and was like, hey, give me a high five, just randomly to her, and she was like, oh, okay, and gave me a high five back, and we became like friends after that. But like I've always been the type, I don't care if they're in the special needs class, if they're the gangbangers, if they was the Mexican underclassmen, upperclassmen, teachers, I always just talk to whoever and just would just conversate. So like I never really had like an issue when it came to like black women, but also my sister was an angry black woman for a moment, but that's because of external factors. You know, we just moved here, parents just got divorced, going through teenage angst, boyfriend issues, trying to go to college, you know, struggling with my, you know, there's a lot of factors that led to her being. And my sister is very soft spoken. She was a very soft, quiet, timid person. And she got ran over a lot by people that abused that fact of her timidness. And so she put up this guard and this shield and became more angry, I guess I would say, to other people. But that's just as a defense mechanism from not trying to have a repeat of past experiences. And I get that. and I have to even to this day, I gotta rein her in sometimes. They be like, yo, don't jump off the ledge, bro. Chill out. It's okay. Relax. But when I moved up here, it's different because I went to a predominantly white school. And I'm talking like one locker row could fit all the niggas in the school type of like school. So the dichotomy is weird because it's like, it was kind of like a rallying call of like, we got to stick together regardless. Like, we cannot be beefing with each other, bro. It's just us. So the people were different there comparatively. And as I've dated a white woman now going on 10 years, it's weird because, mind you, my wife is the only white girl I've ever dated, like ever talked to. Like, it just so happens that she was white. But even when we broke up, even when we got, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've always dated black women. And I do vividly remember when we got together, a lot of black women did attack or reach out or berate or belittle our relationship because they felt like it was inferior because she wasn't black. And I got a lot of flack because of that when we got together by people, and it was kind of unwarranted. And it was kind of just like the same situation, like I said now, where I'm just like, she just so happens to be black, bro. It's not that big of, like, what the fuck? Like, why are you acting like this, bro? Like, chill out. And I don't know. I feel like for black women, it is easy because just like with black men, it's easy to see them as a threat because of implicit biases. It's easy for people to see you as, when you walk in the room, like, that's kind of one of the main reasons I cut off my dreads, because when I was working at the bank, I noticed that a lot of people didn't want to come to my office, even though I was widely available. I was personable. I was always talking with people. I was the quickest person that could help you out. I knew how to do both teller side and banker side. The whole area knew me. Like, if you knew me, you knew me, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's Nolan, da 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 da. But like, newer people, especially because I worked in a white area, were afraid of me, even though I'm the only person in there wearing a full suit. I'm the only person in there knowledgeable about situations and stuff like that. People just would rather go to the person that didn't know what they were doing and would get fucked up or get, stuff messed up because they went to the person that didn't know what they were doing, and I had to be the person to fix that because they didn't trust me because of my appearance. And as soon as I cut my hair, magically, niggas was fucking with me. But it's just because they would see dreads and they thought, oh, you know what I mean? He's one of them scallywags or something like that. And I think it's easy for people to see black women because, I mean, I'm the same way, bro. When I'm not doing this podcast, I am not teasing, bro. This is my face when I'm not doing the podcast. I am not smiling. I'll be in the, like, I'll just be walking around chilling. And, like, I think it's not because, like, I'm putting on a face where I'm like, I'm hard. It's just, that's my default face. And so, like, I think people see black women and their faces aren't welcoming, and they think that they're angry, and like I said, those implicit biases start to kick in. And as a black woman, you're getting microaggressions from white women, microaggressions from white men, microaggressions from black men that treat you differently because of just being, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see it on fucking Twitter all the fucking time. It's a fucking culture war of dumbass bullshit. And so, as a black woman, I can see how you can put up the shield and be like, I'm angry. And, like, people can see that and be like, oh, you're angry. But it's really, you're just trying to protect your peace because that's just all you know. Like, I understand that, especially being with a white woman. She loves to, like, and now that we live in the South, she likes to just be like, it's Saturday. We're going to drive over here, 45 minutes over here, and, like, go to this pop-up shop or this boop-a-doop-a-boop. And I have to remind her, nigga, we drive past Confederate flags every day. We can't just, I'm a nigga. We can't just pull up to random spots like this. Niggas will look at me crazy. We cannot just be pulling up on niggas. You got to research where we going before we go. Because if it comes sunset, I might not make it out. And, like, I think that's a little bit of the hardness with me. I notice in myself too. Like if I'm in like predominantly white spaces, I do put up a guard and I do tense up and lay in the corner and do just, and imagining, you know, because it's I always say that whatever I experience, I know that women experience it 5 times harder. And you know what I'm saying? These niggas hurt for like half a month from cramps and all that shit. Like I'll never experience a cramp, you know? So it's like there's certain things that they just experience that like is just 5 times, 10 times harder than like what men will experience. I don't get to experience what they go through when they go to just pump their gas, or when they're walking into the store, when niggas is weirdly following them and stuff like that. Like I don't experience the weird shit that niggas do to women. All the niggas that are in their DMs, all the niggas that are in their comments, the niggas that are just like all the shit that women have to deal with because of men, because of life, because of everything, and then amplify that plus more because you're black. So I get it, and I wouldn't necessarily say that black women are mean, but I will say that I can understand. And it's a weird it's weird because especially now, like I see white people in like places and areas around me that, like one of my neighbors, I was just talking with them, and she mentioned, she was like, because I was like, hey, like, you know, I'll cut your grass for you, like, if you want, because your grass is getting longer. They just gave me like a HOA thing because I had a couple of weeds in my shit. Like, I noticed, like, I can help you out or whatever like that. And she was like, dang, that's so nice of you, da 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 da. And then, like, she said that, like, at first I would see you jogging and like see you with your dog. I didn't see you outside with your do-rag on, and I was a little startled, but you're a really nice kid. And I was like, first of all, I'm a grown ass man. It's me and my wife in here, like, cause she thought like she thought I was like 20 or something like that. I'm like, no, ma'am, I'm pushing 30, bro. Like, this is my house. This isn't family's house. My mom's just here, but this is not her house. This is my house. And she was like, oh, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? And like, I could see her like more like drawing back more and more from that, but it's like we were just having a casual conversation. I was just running past. My dog was seeing your dog, and then we were talking. They were meeting. We were talking. It was chilling. We were just chilling, and then it just, I can see it. I don't know. It's weird. Being black in America is weird, especially on the East Coast. I don't know how it is over there, but on the East over here, it's very jarring, especially in the South. It's still very segregated. It's still very, if you know kind of vibes. It's still very weird, you know. And the North is kind of straight, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, there's neighborhoods where there's niggas over here, there's Mexicans over there, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have your pockets of places and stuff like that up in the North too, but it's still very integrated, more so. And people are more prone to knowing people and hanging out and doing every stuff like that. Like, my friend group is Asians, Indians, blacks, Mexican. Like, I have everything in my friend group up here, but my friend group in Georgia's mostly niggas, you know what I'm saying? But it's not because of that. It's just because it's like, I stay in the nigga side, and if I was rich enough, I could be in the white side, but I wouldn't be in, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, they wouldn't let you be in the white side. If that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Like, you can hang out in the white side all day. Cool. Don't stay in the white side. That's what I'm trying to say. It's weird. You can see it. You can see the shift of like even on my street, you can see the shift of like, this is where the niggas stay. Then you cross this street and magically the houses are way more expensive and way more upkept. And there's a lot of white people walking their, I say, if you see a white lady walking their dog at night, it is a safe neighborhood and white people who live in that neighborhood.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different experience, I'm sure, over there being, you know, a black man entirely. It just feels like a whole different world from over here, where it's mainly Mexican whites. Black people are a very small percentage of the Tucson population.
And I feel like they would just fit right in with the Mexicans, low key. And they would just
No, they also segregate themselves.
I thought niggas would be sea walking together and shit. I mean,
No.
the video you shot made
There's
me
like
think that niggas was out there like, yeah, we ganged up together.
There's like some like sort of like, you know, kinship, but like Mexican people, it depends on the generation too. Like the older generation is like, okay, we keep to Mexican folk, you know, and black folk stay with black people. Like it's very segregated. But obviously I'm half, and you know, as there's more mixed kids and adults now, it's, you know, it's a lot different. But yeah, it's just different over here, and we can get into it next time because it's a bigger topic. But yeah, like growing up in a predominantly Hispanic family, and not really knowing the black side of my family, you know, like my father and, you know, the history and all of that, and then growing up and being told, like, you know, you should be like proper, and you should you know, not adopt slang so readily, like you should speak with intention and clarity and coherence, and you know, you should carry yourself a certain way, I think has molded me into what a lot of people perceive as white, which I think is very fascinating. That because, you know, I carry myself and talk a certain way and don't like certain things or don't know about certain things, like, you know, I'm not considered Mexican or black. So that is a whole different, you know, topic, but it is a very fascinating one where we put restrictions on what we sort of limit what certain races can be. You know, you can be this and that will make you a true black man. You can be this and that, and that'll make you a true white man.
You don't know how to play spades? What's going on with you?
But the minute like those things, but the minute someone challenges your preconceived notions of what a race, of what that person is because of their race, it's like, oh, you're not really Mexican then. Oh, you're not really black then. You know, you're more white because the way you speak and because you're not XY. Like, it's really fascinating.
It is.
I
very
think it's
funny.
very, very damaging, I think, to
I agree.
Sort of like cultural unity. That's for sure.
Especially because like I feel like a lot of the times I talk like this because out of rebellion for the same situation, from being ridiculed for being proper, and also just coming to understand that like African American vernacular is low key an evolution of English. So there's diction and there's reasonings behind saying niggas be shopping. Because niggas be shot. Like, it's hard to describe, but I remember reading an essay about it forever ago, but like explaining like certain like things that you say as like with African American vernacular that you don't realize, and it's like they have meaning and they have saying. Like I remember B is like it can be elongated. It's kind of like a conjugation of. I'm explaining this really fucking wrong, but either way, it's like there's a way that like certain ways that you say things can be still correct, and but also I feel like a lot of, but see, I think that's another defense mechanism because I feel like a lot of niggas think if you talk proper and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Let's think about the optics here. You talk proper, you got yourself a white woman. Niggas see that and they go, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. But it's like, you really still a nigga, but like,
yeah,
they don't.
Well, yeah, like it's that thing. There's a bunch of like, you know, biases and confirmations that are happening when you see someone that is like, oh, well, he talks proper. Yeah, like I've always spoken like this before I was with a white woman. So it's just like not. And then also, there's not a lot of, there really isn't any black women or black people here in Tucson. Like when you come, like you'll see it's pretty spare. You and me will probably be like the most black people in any given
Hey,
space.
bro, if I
we,
pull up
like,
and
go anywhere.
it's all Mexicans, I'm gonna be sick, bro. I'll be like, bro, where's? It's like, nah. I always like to joke and be like, where's the hoes, bro? And every function, I'd be like, bro, where the hoes at, bro? Ain't
Where
no
the
hoes.
hoes at?
What's the thing from? Where the bitches? It's supposed to be bitches in here. Where the bitches at? That's me every function, bro. I always joke about that shit all the time. Or even I'll be like, where the niggas at, bro? Ain't no niggas in this party, bro. Where the fine niggas at? And niggas be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Just to throw people off. It's so fun. To be fair, I remember going to the Outer Banks. And I remember, bro, I was cooling at the beach and the whole week. We was there all week. And I was like, damn. There ain't no niggas here, bro. All I've seen is white people, bro. It is no niggas here. What the fuck? Is this where white people be going to the beach? Because it was nice. I was like, damn, Outer Banks is nice. They be holding this shit out from niggas, bro. They been saving them for Myrtle Beach and Virginia Beach and shit. This shit is fine.
Right.
I finally see a nigga on the second to last day, bro. He looked over at me. He was like, how you doing, bro? I was like, how you doing? And then immediately, white family and a bunch of mixed babies come running up. I was like, oh, I see. You're here just like me. You ain't know about this place.
Yeah, see, that's like I don't know. There definitely is like a rate, like on both sides and all races. I've seen it more with Mexican people, but there is like no, you should be dating within your race for sure. And you're looked down upon if you're not dating like a Mexican man or a Mexican woman. It's very, very prevalent and not hidden at all in Mexican.
I get reminded
Mexican
every
families.
family function, whether it's a funeral, wedding, family vacation, I get reminded every single time. Niggas go, oh, I didn't know your wife was white. And I'm like, she's in all my pictures. What are you fucking talk? What? We've been dating since I was a teenager. What are you talking about? This is the only girl I've been with that you niggas have met. What are you talking about? This is the one. And they'll say shit like, oh, we knew you dated a white girl. And I'm like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't, bro. What are you talking about? I don't know, bro. It's, it's weird. It's weird.
I feel like I feel like that's like, I mean, there are a lot of offenses in the world, but I feel like that is definitely also one of them for sure to say something like that.
Bro, my mom pisses
especially
me
in this
off,
like
bro.
quote unquote.
My mom says, I used to think that you would always like come home with an Asian girl, and I always thought that was so weird because I was like, just because I like anime, like, nigga, no. Asian people don't like niggas, bro. No.
They're
even if I wanted to, they're
like
not
outwardly outwardly racist. Yeah, that
they
is
not going.
whole
Even
Asian
if I wanted
people,
one, they wasn't gonna fuck with me.
Yeah, and for both, I don't know. It's weird, but let's move on to gaming topics.
I love how we always go into like super deep conversations. We always start so lighthearted, then we'll go into some super deep shit, and then we'll just be like, but anyway, bro, have you played Clash of Clans?
Are you playing Marvel Rivals right now? Yeah.
I
mean, there's no way to properly segue out of some of these.
You got it, yeah. Sure. I got a question for you. Speaking of people we're not interested in.
Speaking.
What genres do
racial
you?
Profiling.
What genres do you normally not play, but you're still interested in?
Zero. There are zero genres that I have not played and I am interested in.
So you will fuck with an RTS?
But genres you don't normally play but are interested in. I've played all the genres I'm interested in, but I just don't play them normally. Wait, so like what's an example of your question? Because like in my mind, yeah, go on.
Okay. Because this sprung up because you were talking about Star Ocean, and I've been going on a strict binge, minus Elden Ring, of not playing Eastern RPGs. I haven't been playing JRPGs because that's usually my go-to RPG. So this year I've been playing like Knights of the Old Republic, Tyranny.
Western ones, yeah.
I've been trying to play more Western RPGs, and I also have been getting really into shmups. So like right now, I'm playing Ikaruga, playing a lot of Ikaruga, trying to just get I can't even say it, 1cc clear with that. I've been getting really into I played this demo for a game called Rue Valley, and it made me want to play Disco Elysium. It's a Disco Elysium like kind of the same situation. So I was like, I'm interested in that. And I don't know, I just feel like I'm at the point now where like I get it, where it's like I'm good. Like I don't need to play a real-time strategy game. But
right.
Or like a grand strategy, like a civilization ass game. Like I don't need to play it. But it'll be fun to, dive in, see what I'm missing, see what's going on. Especially with like indie games and like games that have like weirder styles. Like those indie games where it's like there's one I saw where I had where it was like unpacking, where it's just a bunch of boxes and you open them and you just unpack the shit. Like shit like that.
Yeah.
Like I played a game called Florence, and really, really fun game. There's no words, but it's like a quick 2-hour game where you just go through and it's like a story about a relationship. So, and like a breakup. It's really cute, really pulls at the heartstrings, but it's not a game I would normally play. And I've just been trying to get into those games that I wouldn't normally play, just in case there's something in there that might finally click and I'll be like, oh, that's what I've been missing. I need to play games like this,
I think for me, the way my mind works is I'm usually always looking at things that I'm interested in, but maybe I don't usually play, like walking simulators, like narrative games, story-driven games, But I think there are games that I see that I know that I won't like, genres that like if I'm on Steam or the PlayStation Store, I see the cover, I'm like, that cover looks interesting, and then I see the gameplay and I'm like,
that's not interesting.
I don't like this genre. I'm not. So it's pretty rare. I think because I do kind of experiment with a lot of things, if they look interesting to me, But I think I've already found like what I like. I found what I like at this age. I know what I like, and I know what I'll bounce off of, no matter what. There are some. A dungeon crawler. That's a genre that I want to like. And I don't mind too much, but I bounce off of it because I'm just like, all right, I can't do 30 hours of this.
Man, you don't like Etrian Odyssey, man?
Yeah, I was telling you about the game Zenki no Zero. Really, really great story, and it's actually like really cool. I was playing it maybe like a year and a half ago, and I got about 30 hours in. But yeah, it's like a dungeon crawler, like
It's the one where it's like like Persona, where I was like you just walk straight and then you got to turn. It's one of those ones.
A blooper. You never see your characters unless
that's what they call.
You never see your characters unless they are in like a cutscene. So you're battling and you're just like it's. I like the dungeon crawling aspect of it, but like I need certain things for me to feel engaged long term.
I feel you.
So yeah, I can't say that like there's genres I don't normally play, but I'm interested in because I'd probably just play them.
I feel you. There's a lot of series that I'm interested in, but I just need to play them. I think for me, what it is because I'm learning, it's not more so the action orientation, it's more so the adventure orientation that draws me into video games. I like going on adventures. And if a game isn't really going on an adventure, I kind of just like nope out of it in my head a little bit like that. Like
really?
Like one game that I've played on and off for years, pirated, unpirated, is Papers, Please. It's a game where all you do is you sit at a border and you stamp passports, and every day it gets more and more complicated.
Oh, right.
And it's like, hey, you got to check for this. You got to check to make sure this is right and this is right. It's a cool game, but or like Baba Is You. Baba Is You is another game where I'm like, it looks cool. It seems cool. Just can't get into it, man. Hack.net. That's another game where it's like you literally are writing in like command prompt, like code, like legit command prompt Linux code to like do like little hacks and like get stuff. It's like a little cool game. But every time I play them, I'm like, this is cool for like 30 minutes, and then I go, I don't really.
Yeah.
And I think it's a bigger idea, and I think it goes hand in hand with a question that you had about replaying games, because I don't normally replay games.
Same. I don't think most people do unless they're playing multiplayer games.
Yeah. And so like I'm always looking for new experiences. And so I think like after a certain point, you know, you play a lot of games. After a certain while, you kind of just like you get it. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, whatever, you know.
Exactly.
I understand.
Yeah, and that's how your taste is formed, and you like you know what you like, and then you go into a game, you're like, okay, I'm familiar with these mechanics. I like this, or I don't, or I hate, you know. So you kind of like your taste starts to build because you've played so many games and you know what to expect, and you know what you like and what you don't. Yeah. But I do want to add that when it comes to replaying games, I don't play them because I can always get something new, which I never thought of until I lost my job, and I don't have the luxury of buying games. Like I can't spend money on a game, you know. Well, I spent money on Death Stranding 2, but that was pre-ordered.
That was pre-job.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't want to buy any more games. But before Death Stranding, I was like, okay, I can't buy any games. I'm really bored with what I have or whatever. What about I jump into one of my favorites? Like, go back into a game that I said it was like one of, you know, like in my top 10. Because I don't really do that. I don't really replay games. I'll call it, you know, my favorite game, whatever. But
you only played it that one time.
It's rare
10 years ago.
Exact. Right. Yeah. So it's interesting when you don't have the ability to buy new games, you know,
right.
And you have to kind of like, okay, well, your brain changes, like the way you're interacting with these games now changes, because you're just like, well, maybe I will give this game a second chance.
Maybe I will get those trophies.
Before I would have been like, yeah, exactly. Like maybe, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, now I remember why I like this, and now I'm enjoying myself, not because it's in a new experience, but because it's a familiar one. And that's what I kind of found with Rise of the Tomb Raider, where I didn't play some of the DLC, so I went back and I was like, I guess, like I mean, let's just see, because we were talking about it in the last podcast with Com, and I was like, well, let me see, maybe it's not, maybe I'm just like looking at it with like, you know, a certain like nostalgic lens, but no, like it's great, but it was cool just going back and playing a game that I hadn't played in so long, and like not being like, oh, I want to play something new. I can't play something new, so I have to like really enjoy this. And there's like a freeing sort of like feeling from that. Like you kind of just enjoy it for what it is, because you're not worried about like, oh, let me go to the PlayStation store or the Steam store and look at like the newest thing and download this new trending thing, or like let me see what's new.
As I have like 10 things in my Steam cart for like the Steam summer sale, like maybe I could spend another $50 in this sale.
That's the biggest thing is the money that you spend, right? Like I have a huge wish list, and I'm like, oh, this is on sale, I'll buy this, and so this is gonna be my next game for like the weekend or whatever. But like when you don't have that, and you're like, fuck, I want to play games, but I can't buy anything new, so let me see what I got. And you realize like all
over
the
here
shit
collecting dust, and you're like,
yeah,
oh yeah, I could just play these. The one that's still in the plastic.
Exactly. It really feels like an elementary, like, well, duh, you know. But once you're out of that, like, I need to buy the newest thing, or I just want to buy something that I had interest in, and like maybe looking for that next dopamine of like newness,
right?
When you escape that and you just like hop back into something like you played but you didn't play that much, like maybe you beat it but you didn't do all the side stuff, I'm just like, wait a second, this is actually really freeing. Like this is actually, now I don't know how long this will last. Let's say I get a job and then I'm back to like buying the newest thing. Let's see what's on sale this weekend, but just bought 3 garbage games, and I not finishing these
5 games,
you know what I mean?
I'm
Just,
never
like,
gonna
constantly
boot
moving
up.
up.
But fuck it.
Yeah. It's a really, I mean, objectively, it's sort of an unhealthy mentality, you know, when it comes to this stuff.
It's funny you say that,
To
because
sort
there
of be
was
on
like
this like consuming.
there was a analyst that works at Valve that said like somehow we have conditioned an entire like user base to like because they said it was like a thing where it was like 50% of most people on Steam have not played over 30% of their library. So it's like they said that like we have curated a user base of people that will spend money irresponsibly on a bunch of games they will not play. But it's because they're collecting the games. And I realized that the Steam library is low-key just a digital physical collection to a lot of people of going like, oh yeah, I heard of that game. That seems pretty cool. Everybody's heard of Animal Well. I'll buy Animal Well. Oh yeah, and Undertale. Yeah. Like I feel like Undertale is one of those games.
It's the I'll get to it mentality, right?
Exactly. And that's what I've been trying to get to now. I have a whole like collection I call the illusion of choice, so that I don't look at any other games, and I have them all downloaded, and it's like these are the games. Don't look at the rest of your Steam library. These 40 games is the games you're going to fucking play if you're going to play anything on Steam. Don't play anything else. And yeah, I agree, because I've been recently replaying a couple of games as well too, and specifically a couple of games from my top 10, such as Resident Evil 5. I just replayed. I don't want to say been replayed, but like I always am putting in Katamari Damacy, Super Monkey Ball, always putting those in on a random Sunday, just fucking around, being like, all right, I'll just roll a ball for a little bit, you know. Chorokyu is another one. I still go back to Chorokyu. I just, even if it's just one race,
crazy, just
to drive around the city, buy one part or two, I still just put in Chorokyu for a second, don't know what the fuck is going on, do something, and then take it out. I always just, I think it's hard when you think about, like, for example, like Tales of Symphonia. I'm not going to replay that fucking game. No. But it has incentives to replay it, because it has the little bonus menu where you can level up faster and get extra costumes and extra mini bosses and stuff that you can fight, and extra skills. So like there's more New Game Plus content. A lot of games back in the day did have New Game Plus, like Onimusha that can play New Game Plus and all this stuff, Resident Evils. But like why play Resident Evil 5 again when I could just play that again?
Right.
Yeah.
It is. I began to look at my games very, very differently. You know, I kind of started to feel like a kid again, like when mom would only buy you one game and you're just like, this is what I got for the next however many months. I got to make this one game last, because we don't have money to be buying like games. Or when I would buy one game and trade it in and just buy another game and keep it in rotation in some sense. But we both have huge, you know, both digital and physical, collections. And I'm just like,
and you have my digital
so many
collection
games.
now. You
Oh, I don't even look at it. I looked at it a couple times and I'm like, I need to go play something.
Bro, imagine me. You just be scrolling and it's like, oh my God, bro.
It's insane. But like, there's so many things and I'm just like, okay, I buy this. When was I ever planning on playing this? You know, let me just jump into this and take my time with it and not have to worry, like, because I think when I play an older game, I think what happens in my mind is like, especially like a really older game, like a PS2 game, and sometimes even PS3, where it's like it's not running at 60 frames.
It's 40. It's not.
It's
even
a little
40,
archaic.
40i.
Yeah, it's a little stiff. Like, is this what I want to play? You know, but I don't know. I think I've just been. Obviously, I replayed Rise of the Tomb Raider. That's a modern game, but. I put another 25 hours into that game, you know, which is about, like, I didn't replay the story. I was just doing side stuff. There's like a lot of like bonus, like things that I wouldn't normally never touch. I'd be like, I'm not doing like,
I'm just going just the main quest and I can move on to the next game.
Just the main story. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, there's so much replayability here that I just like, it's very like, I'm gonna move on. It's like I buy a game, I play the story, and then I just move on. And I remember there's a lot of games that I have that I didn't finish because I just moved on to the next game that was releasing that like weekend or whatever, and then I just left that behind. Like Yakuza 0 is a big one that I own, but I think Neo came right after it or something, and I just dropped Yakuza 0 to play the new thing, as opposed to like,
yeah,
just
that's actually
stick with
funny,
what you
'cause
have for now.
That's exactly what I did with Tomb Raider. I was playing Tomb Raider, and I don't even know what came out or what happened, and I just stopped playing. So I just hopped back into it last year, and I was like a chapter or two away from the ending. So I just beat that, and then I was like, let me play Rise of the Tomb Raider, since I was in the Tomb Raider mood, but I only got to play like another hour and a half. Like that's literally all I had left. So I was like, let me play some more Tomb Raider. So I played Rise of the Tomb Raider, and I dropped Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I can't even lie to you. I think I can't do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, like Neo, like you said, like you just mentioned, I just beat those games recently, and those were games that I've always put up. I've always played them, and then I just dropped them for a little while, and I go, whatever. And it was very fun and very rewarding to go through those games. And then I got painfully reminded of my fuck it, just move on to the next game mentality when you finish the game and they're like, yeah, you just getting started. Actually, now you go into New Game Plus and the next hardest difficulty that has this new rarity of items, and you can upgrade those items, and it introduces like 17 new like mechanics that is like the real game. And I didn't even interact with it because it's like, all right, moving on to Neo 2. I'll just do it in Neo 2. And then I finished Neo 2 and I'm like, well, Neo 3 is about to come out, so I'll just do it in Neo 3. But it's like I could just replay Rise of the Ronin. I really liked Rise of the Ronin. I didn't get to finish all the side content in that, and I think that'll be really fun to do.
Yeah.
I can do that.
It's a little weird, and sometimes maybe a little enlightening or disturbing depending on how you look at it. Like I find myself still going to the PlayStation Store just to see what's new, just to see what's on sale, just to see like, oh well, if it's $3, I mean,
I do the same thing with every morning.
Even though I'm in the middle of a game, I'm in like I'll be in the middle of a game,
have Elden Ring booted up
like,
and just alt tab.
Yeah. And I'm just like, what is that? Like boredom? You're just looking for that next thing? Like I think
we're conditioned. I think it is.
Why can't I just?
I think it is conditioning, bro. I think because we get so many free games now. We get PlayStation Plus. We get the monthly games. We get games from bundles and stuff like that. It's so easy to accumulate this giant backlog of games, especially if you're paying the extra $1,000 a month fucking PlayStation Extra or whatever like that, or Game Pass. You can literally download, just scroll through a list of 1,000 games and just click download and play whatever you want. There's so many games to a point to where like that choice paralysis kicks in too much. And like you said, you just gotta just sit down, put your phone away, don't put nothing on a second monitor, and just live in that game. Like that's what I've been doing with Elden Ring every day. I just put it on the TV, I sit there like the fucking cover of In Search Of, and I just play Elden Ring. I'm not even looking at no guides. I'm not looking at no maps, no builds, no nothing. I've just been going through the map, doing everything myself, and just going through it casually like I would when the game first came out. And it's been an experience, and it's been really, really fun. But I also have the knowledge now of going back and beating all of the other Souls games over the years since I played Elden Ring. So it's kind of like I was afraid that replaying Elden Ring, I wouldn't have that same feeling that I have now when I first played the game, where I was like, wow, this open world is huge, and wow, look at this, and this is over here, wow, what's going on? But I'm still getting that exact same feeling in the same places that I've been to, because it still feels fresh, because it's just a brand new open eyes of just, I'm not looking at anything, not go here and get this talisman to make you +5 and blah blah blah. No, I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm just playing the game. It's fun.
Yeah, it's interesting because like when it comes to, well, I guess Souls games and Elden Ring is kind of different in like for what I'm thinking of, but yeah, I think because we're adults and we're able to buy games whenever we want, you know, I do think that it is hard to stay away from the new shiny thing because it's so accessible. You know, digital games, digital storefronts make it's like right there. I can just that's a digital copy. It's $3. It's whatever, and I can just buy it now and be in this whole new, brand new, shiny, experience.
Oh, everybody's talking about
not.
this game. Oh yeah, let me go ahead and buy this game, and so I can play with everybody and see what's going on with this game. It's a slippery slope.
So I don't know. I would encourage everybody to get laid off and to replay your favorite games.
Go. Nah, honestly, truly, I honestly want to replay Forspoken. I want to replay Werewolf the Apocalypse, and I think I'm gonna just throw it in, bro. I think I'm gonna just throw it in over the weekend, bro, and just play that shit, bro. Not Forspoken.
Throw what in?
Werewolf the Apocalypse. That game is so fun, bro. But like, I want to replay it, but like, I haven't had a chance to replay
that's
it.
another thing too. Is like, sometimes I feel like I was going through games so quickly and not like paying attention to certain things.
Exactly.
And so like, I think about replaying games. Like I kind of, and like we've talked about this, but replaying Final Fantasy 12, I'm like, let me just play that again and just see.
And I want to play the PlayStation 2 version with no fast forward. I want to live in that game.
Yeah. I want it to be slow.
I want to be exactly. I want this shit to take 1,000 hours.
Yeah, I want to clock in at least 3 months worth in that game.
I think that's why I said about Crimson Tier, because I put it in for a little while, just be out of boredom, just to make sure that this still worked. And I was like, wow, Crimson Tier was a fun ass game. Like I still have my save, so I just hopped straight in, and I was like, this shit is fun. I forgot all about this. It like came right back to me, like it was nothing. So like, I don't know, because right now also I'm currently playing Jack and Daxter, the very first one. Mind you, this is one of the first games I got when I bought a PlayStation 2. I got Kingdom Hearts, God of War 2, and fucking Jack and Daxter. Nah, this is my first time.
That's a great lineup.
Booting this shit up, bro. 10 years later. So like, I'm just trying to like, just trying to play these games that I keep collecting. Because you see games and you're like, okay, I remember seeing that game as a kid. Let me buy it. But it's like, okay, now I actually fucking play that game. And a lot of these games gonna get sold after a while because half of these games is ass.
Yeah. I every once in a while, especially like after a season, I'll look at our list and I'm like, do I want to sell any of these games that we played? Like I sold State of Emergency. I don't have Okage anymore. I think
I sold Lord of the Rings. I know I sold Lord of the Rings and Batman.
I still have those two because they're like just nostalgia picks, so I couldn't get rid of them. Yeah, but there's like, I still have Dragon Quarter because I had 2 copies of that.
Shout out Dragon Quarter, bro. I'm gonna go back and replay Dragon
That's a
Quarter.
Game. Yeah, you can. Yeah, have fun with that.
Or Musashi. I really want to go back and play Musashi, bro. Just for the vibes.
Yeah. You know what game I actually do want to go back and replay is Dynasty Warriors Origins because I never finished it. And I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what? Now's the perfect time. Why not?
Why not?
Although Death Stranding 2 is like
it's big.
Immaculate.
I went back and I think I went back and played Dynasty Warriors Origin for like a little bit before I deleted it off my hard drive, and I tried to do like one of those branching story paths because I did the Way story, and I think I tried to do one of the branching stories to save one of those people, and I was like, oh yeah, then I can do Wu or Shu, and theirs is just as branching and long as this. Yeah, fuck that. I'll play this in a year or two.
Right, yeah. Because there's a lot of talking, remember, and like
and like, after a while I started skipping it. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because they aren't saying anything. Like it's not character driven. Like they're just saying fucking platitudes. Like it's like this is.
We will stop the chaos and reunite the realms.
Yeah. It's like okay, can we? This is just as bad as the other games, and yet.
But at least that was one cutscene, and then you got into a fight.
Exactly.
Now it's 30 cutscenes, and then you get into a fight.
Yeah, so I might go back at some point with that. But do you want to jump into what we've been playing as our last segment?
Sure. Kind of mentioned it a little bit. Or do you want to talk with just trying to knock out this Souls binge, man? It's been a long time coming.
It's crazy,
but I've beaten them all. It's just Elden Ring left. I even went to the edge, and I was like, let me play Neo as well too. Though I do say I fucked up playing Neo 1 and 2 for dozens of hours before playing Elden Ring, because like the slowness of Elden Ring compared to Neo threw me the fuck off, and it still throws me the fuck off. Like To this, like, I'm still like, oh shit, oh, this sword, I gotta. Oh man, I don't like that compared to a Neo where I'm doing 50 attacks in one shot. But once that's done, it's Jack and Daxter. I'm going to just knock out Jack and Daxter. Probably.
Wait, did you play the remake of Demon Souls or the PS3 Demon Souls?
I played the remake of Demon Souls.
Okay.
I'm too cheap to buy the PS3 version. If I get it, I get it. But at this point, it's more pressing PS3 games to get.
Yeah. Yeah, I should probably go back to Demon Souls. So I was playing Rise of the Tomb Raider. There's a fun mode in that I wanted to talk about real quick, and that is the expedition mode. It's been a while now since I played it, but it's like a survival mode basically, and you survive in this level for as long as you can, for as many days, and you have to manage your hunger and your temperature. So you have to stay warm by building fires and stuff. It's very, very basic. You get upgrades and stuff like that, and it gets more progressively harder as you go. Really fucking fun, procedurally generated, so you're like walking around and it's never the same place, but it also is the same place, just in a different locate. Like it's once you go into the cave, it's like, oh, they're using this asset and it just happens to be over here, as opposed to where it was last time, which was over there. Yeah. So that was really fun, and I played that for a good amount of time. And yeah, I think that game is, it just has a sense of adventure that I like, and the sense of exploration. Death Stranding 2 is in my top. I don't know where to put this. It's like Dragon's Dogma 1 and 2, where I'm like, do I put one or both in my top 10, or do I just combine them? You know what I mean?
It's like the idea of Death Stranding in general is a top 10.
Right. Yeah. The Death Stranding. Yeah, because there's only 2, and I love them both. Death Stranding 2 is improves on almost everything, and also keeps some stuff where I'm like, why? But it's so polished, and I don't agree that it's a 10 out of 10 like a lot of people are saying. That feels like it's so similar to the first game. I'm like, how is it a 10 out of 10? How is this one a 10 out of 10, but the other one was a 7 out of 10? It feels a little bit like all of a sudden that it's like the new shiny thing.
Oh yeah, Kojima, amazing. He did it. Yeah, but it's like, no.
Yeah, so it feels like a lot of fake fans for sure. I would say I wouldn't say it's like perfect. It's perfect for me, but as a game objectively, I think there are some issues, and I think I don't know why people don't really bring them up, but the combat is very much improved, and I was saying this in the Discord that it feels very, very similar to another favorite game of mine, which is Metal Gear Solid 5.
Which is another game I need to go back and replay. Just for the vibes.
It feels like Metal Gear Solid 5 2 combined with Death Stranding. It's because in the first Death Stranding, you're not incentivized to do any killing, or any combat, any action. Like, you get guns, but you're not really incentivized, oh, go clear out this base with these guns and stealth takedowns, and you're not really encouraged to be combative. In Death Stranding 2, it's really encouraged, and I'm like, is that why people love it so much? Because it's basically,
that might be
doing the crowd
niggas like fighting, bro. So it's like, oh, I can fight. Oh
yeah. It really is and I wouldn't say it takes over the whole delivery aspect of the game, like the walking and figuring out your routes and stuff. But it's there, and it's definitely a bit more okay, now you need to fight this, and here. Luckily they improved the gunplay. It feels amazing. It feels really, really good. It shouldn't feel this good, because now you just want to shoot shit. You just want to fucking engage in combat. But it's incredible. I think it's probably the best looking game on the PS5. It's using the same engine that Horizon Forbidden West used. And it feels like the first true next gen game because of how good it looks and how well it runs.
That's
very, very surprising.
Because I'm like,
how the fuck?
I thought that Ratchet and Clank for me was the first next gen game. in my eyes. Like,
I didn't play that one. Yeah.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank Into the Rift. I played that and I was like, whoa, this is next.
Yeah.
This is next gen. Like, I even feel that with Miles Morales. Oh, Miles Morales was on PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spider-Man 2 even had like some cool, like there was just some graphical things like with the lighting and stuff that made things feel like, oh yeah, this is just
PS4 Spider-Man. Like, this could have been on PlayStation 4 and there wouldn't have been no issues about it.
Yeah, like aside from like the loading times and how quickly you can move through the world, it didn't quite feel like next gen, you know. But yeah, this feels just the fidelity feels like it's really up there, and it's definitely on my top 10. I think it's amazing. I'm just so surprised that so many people are playing it because it still is a Death Stranding game. And
I need to play
sell,
Death
like,
Stranding
the
1 finally, bro. I still haven't even played Death Stranding 1, bro.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not like most games where it's like, well, I haven't played the first 3. It's like, oh no, it's its own thing.
Metal Gear
like,
Solid 5, you can just play Metal Gear Solid 5. You don't got to play the rest. But like,
although you could watch like a playthrough, like, and just get the story beats because the gameplay here is far more polished and refined, and maybe you'd be more prone to liking it. But
the vibes, you know, you need the vibes.
You do need the vibes, and I think you do need, like, I mean, especially, yeah, just the story and the context for why you're doing what you're doing. And I do have a lot of criticisms about Death Stranding 2, but I mean, it doesn't make sense to air them out here because you've never played it, and no one else is playing it that's listening to this. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Death Stranding is BOTR.
Shut the fuck up, bro. You know what's BOTR? Ikaruga, bro. That's what's fucking BOTR, bro. Shout out Ikaruga, bro. Bro, we need to play a shmup,
ever heard
bro.
of no Ikaruga.
We need to play a shmup, bro. Giga Wings, bro. I don't want to play
no Gradius. I don't want to play no Ikaruga.
Come on, bro. You don't want to play Don Don Pachi, bro?
I don't want... Nope.
No Raiden 5, bro? Come on, cut. Nah,
Raiden,
bro. But Ikaruga is...
Gradius.
I think Ikaruga hits me because it has this fucking quote every time you start it up. So, like, arcade... Okay, so, like, the main thing with shmups is that the true clearing of the game is doing it on one coin or with only no continues, essentially. All one, just with the lives that you have. And that's like the default mode in Ikaruga. And you look at it and, you know, of course, everybody knows that, like, you switch from light and dark to shoot the thingy-mabobbers. So, like, you have that dichotomy of the bullet hell of, like, whatever color you are, you're immune to that. So if you're dark, you're immune to dark. If you're light, you're immune to light. But you one-shot most things if you're in the opposite polarity. So it's like this dichotomy of trying to figure out, like, I'm routing and trying to figure out, like, where exactly you should go and when you should switch and everything like that. It's so fun. And it has this quote. I'm going to fucking read this to you because every fucking time you start the game, it has this quote and the shit hits me. I will not die until I achieve something. Even though the ideal is high, I never give in. Therefore, I never die with regrets. It hits you with that on the screen as soon as you start the first level. So it's like, you're frustrated. You're like, damn, I just fucking died. Let's do another run.
It's just like, keep playing.
And then you're like, okay, lock the fuck in.
I ain't giving up.
It's so good. There's another one on level 2 that's like, it hits. I forgot. Hold on, let me find it. Yeah, there it is. The stronger the will you have, the more you will face various trials. Although you can choose to escape, trial has a message for you to conquer yourself. I'm like, bro, look, because, like, level 1's hard as fuck. Now I'm finally getting to level 2 consistently, and it's like, fuck in. And I'm like, oh my gosh, bro. It's so motivating, bro, just to see the incremental process of, like, getting better at the game. And, like, if it's anything like how Giga Wings was, because Giga Wings, by the time that you get to, like, that 5th level and you start getting to, like, the true final boss and stuff like that, that shit is... I believe that and Gradius are probably the two more harder than any Souls game I've ever played in terms of just pure.
Bullet hells are insane.
Just pure, like, flow state locking in, like, Because sometimes, and it's like you can't even restart on a run and feel like, oh, I died in the first level, I'm just gonna restart. No, you gotta just go through, bro. Because my Giga Wing ones is the ones that I died on the first level, like all my lives I lost on the first level, and I had 0 life, and it's like just go, gotta lock in for the rest of the game, and I've done it. So
That's crazy.
it's fun, man. It's too fun. That's why next season we're going to be playing Giga Wings.
And that's why I've already added it to our list.
I've already added it. I've already done the next graphic for next season. It's just all it's all shmups, bro.
I already have recorded the scripted section for it, so you don't even have to.
Don't even worry about it, bro. I already recorded the episode.
It's you just have to like put in your notes and stuff. It's good. All right. Well, here we are at the end of another status check. Thanks guys once again for rocking with us for
3 hours.
This episode. Yeah, this July episode. And if you guys have any questions, remember to put them in the write-in. We will answer them in our next episode.
Hop in the Discord.
Look forward to the next. Yeah, hop in the Discord. Look forward to the next episode of Back of the Rack, which will be X-Men Destiny.
Struggle with us.
And
please play that game. Specifically the Wii version of that game. Please play the Wii version of the
game.
Don't
torture them. Don't torture them. But yeah. So we'll catch you guys next time. Next month, actually. And yeah. Good luck out there, everyone.
Ciao.